Flagrant 2, no easy buckets analysis by assholes, water cooler commentary for your sports needs. I'm Andrew Schulz. I'm here with Akaash Singh, real life Kaz. Our guest F.A. in the building in the back. We got AlexxMedia and Eden in the building.
Yes,
all right.
Sir.
Too many people to introduce. We don't not introduce these many people anymore. But real quick announcement before we start, some late breaking news. It has just been, I guess, brought to people's attention that R.Kelly fucks kids.
What? Wait.
I'm shocked.
Dude,
I'm shocked.
I could not.
Like today.
It seems in the last couple days,
Okay.
the world has somehow put together the mystery that is, does R. Kelly fuck kids? Now,
Hold on.
Before
I am
know it sounds
blown
crazy.
away. This
Akash,
is revelations that exist.
This doesn't sound like the R. Kelly I know.
I know.
I'm shocked.
I know. I know an R. Kelly that produced a whole album called A&J Nothing But a Number for a
Yeah.
15-year-old girl. That's
Yeah.
the type of R. Kelly I knew.
That doesn't sound like the R.
I didn't
Kelly.
even know what that was referring to. I just thought that meant.
I thought it was a metaphor.
I thought it was
Me
like a
too.
sports metaphor. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm aware.
you can play late without thinking about retirement.
I'm aware.
AJ nothing but a number. Muhammad Ali
Nothing
come
but a
back.
number.
I thought like
Michael Jordan come back.
Tom
AJ nothing
Brady.
but a number.
Tom Brady's
With
still
you.
out there, 41 years old.
TB12 Method, that's what I thought
That's
AJ
what I thought
Nothing
it
But
was
a Number
about.
was. I thought he wrote a song about Tom in the future before Tom ever achieved these goals. That's really where I thought it was very meta.
Flabbergasted.
I know.
This is. I need a minute.
Listen,
minute.
we
This
can
is-
all
this
take a
takes a
minute.
lot
We
to-
can keep it going. It's something that I'm sure
Wow.
there's a lot of listeners right now, and you're absolutely heartbroken. Like, because I remember when the sex tape came out where he was having sex with a 15-year-old girl.
Yeah, peed on her.
And he
I thought
peeing
she
on
was
the girl.
51.
No, not
15.
51
It was
year old
Oh my God.
No. 15-year-old girl. It was a 15-year-old girl.
Yes.
Right. And he
wow.
was engaged in a sex tape on video with a 15-year-old
I
girl.
remember this,
Right?
yeah.
You remember that,
Yeah,
right?
it was a yellow room, I think. It was a little sauna-looking thing.
I forget the exact colors of the
remember
room,
this, yeah.
but and you know, I
watched this
remember
tape a lot
that
of
happened. I
people,
think a lot of people remember that happened.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know how they jumped. People jump to conclusions. How do you jump from the conclusion of have sex with a 15-year-old girl on video? And you're into little girls. I don't know how people just jump and make that
where
connection.
did these accusations come from? I've never
What
heard
I'm
of
saying
anything
is-
like this.
What I'm saying is, how does the average person just make that jump? I'm
don't
not
know.
sure.
Well, they must
I
have
mean,
had.
if I knew somebody who made a song with a teenage girl called Age Ain't Nothing But a Number, and then several years later was on tape having sex with a 15-year-old woman,
You would
that
never
doesn't
think.
necessarily
How
mean
could those
that,
correlate?
You know,
Like,
it's
Since
like,
when does
that's
2 + 2 equal
crazy.
5?
oh my god.
crazy. It's like it would take a master detective, and that's really what
Absolutely.
Twitter is.
Yeah.
A masterful
My gosh.
detective to put all these data points together, crunch them. Like, you know how like
Round of
Facebook.
applause. Round of applause to the.
Honestly,
to
we
that
really
work.
should thank Twitter for putting this
Honestly.
together because
Yeah,
today
yeah.
and yesterday they've really noticed what it was, and there's
Twitter.
no
Thank you,
possible way that they could have noticed it beforehand. But not at all. There's no possible. It's not like there's any evidence out there. You know how like when you're talking to your friends or texting about shit,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden, like you're texting about how you need some paper towels, and then all of a sudden, like a paper towel ad will pop up on your
Yes.
Instagram.
Yeah.
Like this is that type of data analysis.
That revelation.
It's
just-
unfucking believe, dude.
Gosh.
All I'm trying to say
I hope
is-
they catch that guy.
I really do.
catch him.
I
Yeah,
really do.
I'm pretty sure.
But thank God that after all these years and this microscopic evidence to point towards this guy being a true life pedophile.
Well, that's only one person who said that, right? It's like 1 or 2 people.
You know what? I think it's maybe one or maybe there was more than that. Maybe there was
How
like
many? I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe I think. Look, maybe there was like 20 or 30 people that came out.
Maybe
maybe
it was his ex-wife.
I bet this-
Okay, maybe it was his ex-wife.
Maybe.
Maybe it was like his manager's daughter. Or
Maybe it was
niece.
his brother.
Maybe it was his brother also.
think so.
Who
Yeah.
who else could it possibly have been? Maybe,
I don't know.
But maybe it was
Okay,
like
just 'cause
pretty
your
much
brother says
everybody
something.
in his circle,
Listen.
like maybe like his entire circle.
Just
maybe,
because
Yeah.
several women and your ex-wife and your brother
And your tour manager, too, I
and
guess.
your music teacher.
Yeah, but how
Oh,
old do
your
those
music
people?
teacher.
How old do those people really know you? Like, does family really know you? Does your
Right.
wife really know you?
Right. That's,
You know what I mean? That's just like that could be a catfish on Facebook.
This is very
Same
true.
same level of
Very true.
familiarity.
And I saw that tape, all right? You know,
I actually didn't.
there's plenty of people who have gold records hanging behind them while they're having sex with underage. Like, who amongst us hasn't produced a gold album and then videotaped
I think what you're trying to say is it could have really been anybody.
It could have been anyone.
It could have been anybody.
It could have
Like,
been anybody.
like it's crazy. Okay, so I'm supposed to I understand, and again, just baffled by
we're
the
still
detective work.
gathering the information.
We're still gathering the information, but I'm so baffled
Yeah.
by Twitter's ability right here when you really think about it to let's see what they really put together. Let's these little shreds of evidence. We
Okay.
have a sex tape. Okay.
A sex tape.
Okay.
Who amongst us?
Okay. Okay, sex tape. Literally
So what is visual evidence
everybody like that he's ever worked with.
Yeah.
That's someone's opinion.
Hearsay.
Who hasn't worked with somebody?
Oh my god.
Okay?
There was the marriage license to Aaliyah that was forged. That when making her seem she was 18, but she was really 15. And honestly,
Who doesn't fake a marriage?
listen, if you have a friend who hasn't faked a marriage in their life, are they really your friend?
Listen, as a proud son of an immigrant that got married to stay here to my father, I know something about fake marriages, okay? Well done, Mom.
Good job.
I'm sure the thing that like cinched it for everybody, that made everybody realize this on Twitter, was like really credible source. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
Right.
like a really credible news network. Like maybe Walter Cronkite came back from the
Right.
dead
Probably.
and delivered it.
Probably,
Right?
yeah.
It wasn't like Lifetime or something like
right,
you know what I mean,
right.
flimsy ass network like that would you know.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I'm sure they get their news from trustworthy sources. Is all I'm saying.
Listen, I think Akaash is playing a different game than Kaz and I are playing.
Yeah, like,
I don't think he gets the game that we're playing.
oh my god.
You're like,
I don't know if that's
you're
what
playing.
we're say, dude.
So the game that we're playing.
I get it. I wanted to force it in there a bit. I want to see if I can fit it.
I tried to
Just
like.
so we're clear here.
I tried to move
Just so
past.
we're clear. I was like, oh, I don't think he's catching up.
So I leaned into Kaz because like, okay, I think Kaz gets the game because Akaash kept coming with the opposite comedic game. Like Kaz and I were playing the game of like we were going. This evidence isn't really real evidence,
like
even
all
though
this
we know
all
it's
this-
evidence.
Yeah.
We were pretending
Yeah,
like
no.
concrete evidence wasn't, and then you were playing the game like I don't think he did it. like we were saying
Clearly he did it.
Yeah, obviously he did it, and you were doing the I don't think he did it game, and I'm trying to like
And I was
keep
like, this is
these
gonna go
things.
too far. Let's stop. Let's stop.
Oh God, it's all good. I didn't get it either. I didn't get it either.
No.
I
I was
stayed
trying
shut
to-
because
To
I
be
couldn't.
fair.
I was trying to add the point that like there's a fucking sex tape and now Lifetime says it and all of a sudden we're like, oh, this is the thing.
I mean, it's,
Well,
That's what I was
that's
trying
the game
to-
we were playing. So the game. So, just
So
to
I was
break
trying
down
to
the
figure
game.
out how to get that point in because that's something that's been blowing my mind is like
Right.
So I tried to jam a point in there and it didn't work. But
But I think that you were thinking
to
the
be fair,
game
guys.
was.
To be fair, guys, Akaash didn't see the docket. He didn't see the mini series yet.
no,
Right,
I'm not. I don't watch
We were
Lifetime, guys. I'm not gay.
And-
fucking watching Lifetime.
Are you? Are you not?
Listen, this is the first time you said you're not gay. So this is, and that is fair. If you didn't see the documentary, there's probably no way you could think he's a pedophile.
No evidence exists.
I mean, like, here's the thing.
Now we're all in the same game. Okay, go. Continue
Who
the game.
amongst us hasn't had a 6-part documentary series during like the most the biggest TV watching period of the year?
Can I just say one thing
You know
about
what I
that,
mean?
Cass? One thing, just real quick. I
Who amongst
noticed.
us?
I noticed today while watching this alleged documentary that I'm sure plenty of people have had documentaries, obviously,
Yeah.
but
I've had a documentary.
everybody's had a documentary.
Yeah.
Who hasn't had a documentary? So I noticed that it was season 1. Okay.
See, it's all about cliffhangers. When sweeps come in,
That's to me what really solidified that R. Kelly might be a pedophile.
Maybe.
Just maybe.
Maybe.
Just maybe. And
Just maybe.
it's because the production team was so sure of it. They're like, guys, this is just season 1. This is going to keep going for a while. It ain't going to stop with season 1.
They're not even gonna call it a series
if the
for that.
dude was peeing on chicks and having sex with them on camera and he
my
still
God.
got off, y'all really
God.
think a little mini-series is going to stop it? No.
Here's the thing, right? The fucking
R. Kelly is Sasquatch.
yeah, he's a fucking monster. He's the. It would be enough to fucking get away with the fucking first time you go on trial and you pay off your former protege's niece who you peed on camera to make sure they don't testify against you.
Right.
So the money train can keep going and you still have like mind control over this person because she's fucking 13. She doesn't know.
Right.
Doesn't know left from right yet, right?
Yeah.
The fucking sex cult shit.
Yeah, I didn't get to that.
That's
So
the
don't ruin it. No spoilers, please.
No, oh god, it's like Game of Thrones. It's like, so I didn't get to that part yet.
No spoilers, please.
Yeah.
I'm just at the beginning where he's sleeping with Aaliyah and
Oh my
clearly
God.
doing it.
The worst
This is-
part about that shit is like the first part, like the first
No, the worst part
part
about it is nobody in his family has teeth. How is this guy literally the king of R&B? The king of R&B, and every one of his family members is missing teeth.
Yeah.
You
No.
haven't seen the
I
documentary.
watched 4 minutes on Twitter.
One of his brothers in jail, which is hilarious when you think about it. That his brother's like, how the fuck
And he has
of all the brothers in the Kelly family, am I the one doing the interview from prison?
Oh man.
Why am I?
And he had the textbook like striped jumpsuit,
Done.
like from Looney Tunes. and
Yeah,
shit.
like he was the
I didn't know
fucking
they really made those. I thought
Cookie
that was
monster.
for cartoons.
What's the guy who steals the cookies from McDonald's?
The Hamburglar.
Hamburglar. Oh yeah, he don't
steals
steal
hamburgers.
cookies. Yeah. Who the fuck steals hamburgers? A $1 menu, son. Like, yo, you notice they got that motherfucker out of there once they became $1, right? How broke was the Hamburglar? That motherfucker
Oh,
couldn't
Hamburglar
even-
was a broke boy, though.
Son, he was so broke. Raise $1, B. You're right there.
His
Like,
appetite was insatiable, dog. He
I
needed
get it.
mad hamburgers.
You know what else? Appetite was insatiable.
Kaz going in when Kaz's face is blocked by the Kodak Black. First of all, Kaz's identity is
I was gonna
completely
try to do the
hid.
episode the whole time without even fucking mentioning the mask.
Oh, my bad. I ruined it for you. You got the
that's all
mask.
good. That's we're ruined now.
He
It's all
Kodak
good.
Black
Right.
in it, son.
Surprise. it's
Nose
me.
had beads of sweat dripping on that shit. I was wondering how long you would go.
Oh my god. No, I mean, on a serious note, the shit that really pissed me off about that whole documentary, there were several things that pissed me off about
Real
that.
quick, I'm sorry if you guys haven't watched the documentary. R. Kelly
Me neither.
is a pedophile.
Yeah.
So that's
Spoiler
it. Yeah,
alert.
yeah, spoiler alert. It's like people who didn't want you to ruin Passion of the Christ.
Here's the thing.
And
Yeah,
it's like, I think we know the ending
like Titanic.
of this movie.
How dare you spoil Titanic for me? Like,
They killed
we know.
Martin Luther King at the end of the movie. What? What? How could Malcolm X get shot? What?
yo, all jokes aside,
Yes.
fantastic television.
Oh, they
Fantastic
sold
television.
it, bro.
Oh my gosh, I was at the edge of my seat every night. I was literally just like, yo, NFL playoffs or R. Kelly right
You
now?
wildin'. I didn't even know
What
that shit
am I
was
doing?
on, bro.
Yo,
I didn't even know that shit
You're not
was
on Twitter
on.
like
I'm
that.
telling you, bro. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You gotta.
This is
you gotta
only-
social
I saw
media watch
tweets.
it.
I saw tweets.
So you knew it was on.
Yeah. But
gotta
I didn't
tweet
know
watch
when.
with it,
I
yo.
saw tweets, but I was like, oh, I didn't even think like, oh, this is a thing that's on. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
R. Kelly's molesting somebody.
Yeah.
Dak Prescott just scrambled on 3rd and 14 QB draw.
Priorities, goddammit. I respect the
I'm
priorities.
saying, I compartmentalize much more
Listen.
shit my entire life.
Okay, it's fair that both of you could like people who don't take no for an answer. Okay? When all odds were against both of them, they said, I will get to the finish line.
You know, you want people to be determined.
Oh
Listen,
my gosh.
this you got everybody should watch the documentary. It's just crazy. What I think is so crazy is the outrage about it.
That's what I'm saying. It's fucking
Right.
Lifetime, and now all of a sudden
No,
we're
no,
like,
not that it's Lifetime. It's that people are pretending
I
like
get you.
they didn't know this happened.
We all
get
do.
you.
And that's kind of the
Everybody
joke.
The extra layer to me as somebody
you
who's-
have a thing with Lifetime.
I know. I just want people that there's very credible. There's a fucking
yeah.
concrete sex tape out
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
So here's my thing with that, right?
Yeah, but so that's the thing, right? It's like, but I think a lot of people don't realize in this is that Twitter's pretty young.
yeah.
So a lot of these people on
yeah,
Twitter,
yeah.
when they were 8 years old when that sex tape came out.
If that.
So if
I didn't
that-
even watch the sex tape, but I know a sex tape exists, and
All
it's
right,
like
this is about
do
the fifth time you've said you didn't
because
watch it.
y'all watching
think
this.
you
Y'all
watched
watching this kiddie porn.
Protest too much, my friend.
Y'all watching
Thou
this little
doth
kiddie pornish.
Protest too much.
I
First
mean,
of all,
well, first
if
off, it
you
came
were a
out
kiddie,
when I was a kid. Like,
it's
it came
not
out when I was
kiddie porn.
a teenager.
Check what year that sex tape
That's
came
how
out. 'cause
long
I
that
bet
shit
we was
came
over
out.
18.
I was a teenager when that shit dropped.
That's
Look up-
20 years ago.
Look up the IMDb of the R.Kelly sex tape.
All right, there's only one thing. There's one thing.
Son, R.
We
Kelly's
all-
brother gotta
we-
be tight. Hold up. What? Hold up. What?
Oh, I'll do this interview. How excited was he when they asked him to interview? Yeah, I'll testify.
So on some real shit though, like the only thing that kind of bothered me about the R. Kelly shit was obviously we all knew this
The
motherfucker
molestation?
Was, well,
Yeah.
the molestation, obviously.
Yeah.
But like I've been on record of saying like, yo, like I separate the art from the artist. Like I've said this a bunch of times. Like I didn't stop listening to R. Kelly until like 2 years ago. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like I was still very much like, oh well. Stepping in the Name of Love comes on, I'm a dance or whatever, and like I just didn't think about that shit, right? The thing that really fucked me up about that documentary was how much the art was tied to the artist, that you couldn't separate it. Like the songs that he like these hit records that he was writing.
I believe I can fly.
Dog, fucking You're Not Alone.
I believe I can touch the sky.
And you got the Space Jam head on.
I think about it every night and day.
No, we're not doing this. We're
Spread
not
my
doing
wings
this.
and fly away.
No, mute R. Kelly.
I
Hashtag
believe
mute R.
I
Kelly.
can soar.
Hashtag mute R. Kelly. Hashtag mute R. Kelly.
Open door.
Mute him. No.
I believe
Boo.
I can fly.
Boo.
I can fly.
Boo.
I believe I can fly.
Good thing none of these niggas could sing.
Because they don't have the bass to carry them. That's why.
That's real fuck
The
kids.
bass, the barrel.
Clearly, the people have been fucking kids for some reason make great music,
That's
Michael
the magic
Jackson.
to it.
Wait,
Oh, you will not believe the justification that Alex was making. We got into an argument earlier.
Michael Jackson?
yeah, because Michael Jackson, man. That's what I said to you in the fucking
Michael
cab,
ain't
didn't
touched
I?
them kids, bro.
Michael
So,
ain't touched the kids.
Michael ain't touched them kids, bro.
Michael thought he was
Why
a
you
kid.
think
It's
Macaulay
Jam.
Culkin's so
touched them
fucking
kids, bro.
weird, dog?
Son,
My
he's
brother
white.
and I were just talking about
Look at
this.
Andrew.
But Andrew's successful. How Macaulay Culkin successful at 8? All of a sudden he's not successful and you're a
He
white
peaked
dude.
too early.
Okay,
He
so
peaked too early.
White
yeah.
people don't peak, fam, according to
go.
your
The Olsen twins
black
peaked
ass
early.
logic.
hold on. Ready? Let's go, guys. Okay. So this is the discussion we had. Talking about separating the art from the artist. Now, so here's the thing. Regardless if somebody is... Okay, music is a visceral reaction, right? Most music you like, not because of who makes it, but because there's a fucking algorithm that your brain recognizes that sounds good.
Yeah.
That's why, literally, you can YouTube... Every rock song has the same 3 chords. You can get a video at 4 chords. What are they? Find that out for me, Eden. And there's videos of these comics that perform, and they go, every rock song plays the same 4 chords. And they just play every single fucking famous rock song, pop song over the last 50 years, and they're the same 4 chords. What are they, Ed?
C, G, A minor, and F.
C, G, A minor, and F. I would play the video now, but we'll probably get a license.
Yeah, we'll
thing,
get
so
you
we
that.
can't do
Probably
it.
get
But
yanked.
I want everybody to watch if you don't believe. So there is a trick in our brain. There's the reason why the same 5 people write all the famous pop songs.
Okay.
Literally the same 5 people. It's just a fucking math problem. R. Kelly knew how to solve that math problem.
He could do shit else.
There's no doubt.
Can't read or write.
No, there's no doubt that he creates great music that our ears like. You're not a bad person because somebody has hacked the ear algorithm with music. That's not the question, right? That's not the question. So we're not debating whether the music is good or not. We're debating whether we want to continue supporting somebody who makes that music.
That's the thing.
Those
though,
are two
like,
different things.
When you're reading and watching about like how not only we're complicit in kind of like
real quick, the dude raped like what 20 girls or like pedophile at
Probably
least like
more.
20 30 girls.
Yeah,
Listen,
yeah.
like think about how often they had to listen to the remix of Ignition. Like bro, like literally.
That's a song that takes a long time to get tired of.
Son.
Bruh.
No.
That's a song that takes a long time to
Get
get
it,
tired
bro.
of.
I get it. The motherfucker can sing. He's great.
So
He's
my point is,
he's one
so,
of the greatest ever.
So there's no. So those things are just. It's like, for example, if we found out some basketball player that was really bad.
Crystal popping in the Steph Navigator.
Boo.
Yeah, y'all can say y'all. I ain't joining y'all on this one, but
First of all, why he needed the stretch navigator if he just had kids in it? Like, I feel like a regular navigator would have been just.
Fam, the Power Wheels would have been just fine.
Chris, now popping in a fresh power wheels. Guys, the joke is on R.Kelly here. Okay?
No,
Guys,
no.
the villain
I
of the
just-
joke is R.Kelly here. Okay.
Here's my thing.
Okay, and real quick, just to get to what Alex was saying. So, I said to Alex, I go, people have I've separated music from the person doing the fuck shit all the time. We do it all the time with music. Like, there's not a question. F.A. made a great argument we could bring in a second. But we do it all the time with music. And I go, what about Michael Jackson? Michael Jackson, we all know at the very bare minimum, slept in beds naked with little boys. Alex goes on this fucking diatribe about how Michael Jackson didn't know he was an adult. He really thought he was a kid.
Yeah,
He did.
He did.
Look at his fucking house, bro.
Yeah. He was.
So
if you-
why-
fucking,
hold on,
Dave Chappelle-
Hold on.
was it
Let
Dave Chappelle or Chris
Akaash
Rock?
talk about this. Go.
I'm just gonna say it's just odd that you can give that to Michael Jackson, but R. Kelly couldn't have been molested as a kid and been fucked up from that. And then I'm not saying he's a good person, but it is odd that there's a lot of sympathy for Mike and what Mike went through, which was awful.
You're saying Mike
No
can't
sympathy
help
for
it,
Mike.
but you're saying R should have been able to help it.
No, I'm saying that what R. Kelly did was predatory behavior going after the girls, while Michael was just playing with
inviting
people
them to his
he
house.
thought was his own.
Just setting traps.
Just
No,
inviting
he
him to his
had
house.
Maggie
with
There
all
was
the
nothing
roller coasters.
sexual going on with Mike and the kids.
Yeah,
Son, they
there was
saw his
nothing. He was
cock.
not doing that.
They
sexual.
described
It was a
his
sleepover.
cock.
No,
Hey,
no,
real quick,
that was
hold
proven
on.
to be
Hold on.
incorrect.
Hold on.
That was proven to be
They
incorrect.
said his cock looked like a Bahamian
That was
pig.
proven to be incorrect. That kid came out and said he was lying.
That kid said he was lying.
Once Mike paid him $10 million.
He was dead already. His parent came out and was like, "Yeah, we fucking lied because they were
They
trying
just
to get
wanted
money
the
out of
money.
him."
They got the money and then they had to say he's lying.
Yeah, and then he died.
They killed him. Mike killed the kid, bro. That's
telling you,
insane.
they
No, the
just-
reason
they
why
just
I
had
can't
sleepovers,
separate the art
bro.
from the artist with R. Kelly is because that money, that power that he has directly helps him to be able to still be a free man, to still be Teflon from all this
Darkness comes across the land.
What is that?
What is that?
shit. What was that from?
Thriller?
You made
Yo,
it
you
too
know when
English.
that shit hits?
His voice is like raspy though. You didn't.
I know his voice is all low.
I was like, what the fuck was that?
You sound like a fucking gargoyle or something.
Like, darkness comes across the line. I was like, what? Oh my god.
I thought that shit was going to slap, boy.
That shit did not slap at all.
I was like, wait till I drop this intro song.
That shit was like a fart in church, bro. God damn. I was like, what was that? That was a rare one. That just doesn't happen, Andrew. I respect it.
Beat It comes on. I'm gonna hit the dance right now.
What?
Beat It comes on. I'm gonna hit that dance right now.
As you should.
As you
Yo,
should.
but can we...
Why, as you should. I just,
Yo, Michael
the
Jackson
inconsistency
had
is just
mad
wild to me.
pedophile fucking sounding titles for songs too.
He didn't write it.
It's true.
Son, what you got with Mike?
Son, he
R.
didn't write
Kelly
his music.
wrote "You Are
picked
Not
the
Alone."
title?
R. Kelly wrote "You Are Not Alone" to Michael Jackson as a tribute to a pregnant teenager she got pregnant that had a miscarriage. That is fucked up.
Wait.
That is
Yeah.
fucked up.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Turn my
Hold
mic
on.
off.
Hold on, son. Say it
my
again.
mic
Say it
off,
again. Say it again. Say it
Say
again.
some
Say
shit.
it
R.
again.
Kelly.
Say it again.
my mic
Say it
off.
again. No.
R. Kelly.
There's just say it
R.
again.
Kelly wrote "You Are
Find
Not
a new joke,
Alone"
please.
by for Michael Jackson.
He
to
wrote
sing.
"You Are Not Alone." Say it again. What is it?
You are. Gosh.
Just get it
R.
out.
Kelly wrote "You Are Not Alone"
Yeah.
for Michael Jackson.
Okay.
About a girl he got pregnant
Right.
as a teenager.
Right.
That ended up having a miscarriage.
That's how much he missed kids.
Wait, what? what?
The kid wasn't born.
I laughed off reflex because you always hit, And then did you notice that? And that's wait, what? That shit was like a movie. I don't.
Hold on. R. Kelly wrote "You Are Not Alone."
Yes.
Okay, because he
You
got
are
some chick
not
pregnant.
alone.
Double down on the bomb. Let's
It's
go.
about the
You know
miscarriage.
Hold on. Cut his mic off.
It's
Cut-
about
cut-
the
cut Alex's
miscarriage.
mic off. Cut Alex's mic. Yo.
You know
Cut
that?
Alex's
No,
mic
here's
off.
why he wrote that song. He wrote that song to Mike, like, you're not alone. We both fuck kids. All right, we both in this together. You are not alone. I got a girl pregnant. She's 16. She's getting a miscarriage. You probably did some shit that's similar.
Y'all niggas is
So
crazy.
hold on. Hold on.
We're not accusing Mike of some new shit.
Stop. We're not acknowledging the fact that a miscarriage happened and that was one less child for R. Kelly. That's not nobody's. That's what he wrote the song about. Nobody. No. Don't hold it in now. Don't hiss me. Don't hit me with the Joe Budden hiss because
Damn.
y'all not on my level of
I
joke.
laughed.
Because y'all not on my joke level. I gotta explain these fucking jokes.
Let me tell you, man.
I got you.
This week ain't the week, bro.
This motherfucker.
I ain't dying on that hill, bro. I
This
died on that hill,
podcast
bro.
is about dying on that fucking hill.
Nah, nope.
Fuck that.
Y'all
You
can
are
die on
fucking
that
separate from this. This
Y'all
ain't
can die on
Flagrant
that,
1.
not this week.
This ain't personal
You didn't
foul.
watch the documentary,
Who gives
bro.
a fuck? None of
Yeah,
y'all should have
ma-
watched the fucking documentary.
Nah, you
This
gotta watch
was
the
ratings grab for Lifetime. This dude should have been in jail. Fuck y'all, your sheep.
Nah, y'all gotta watch.
All right, you got that.
The first
Yeah,
fucking
you
time
better-
Lifetime
you'll
got
take-
ratings ever.
You'll take that,
Doing
bro.
fucking, I watched 4 minutes every bitch in front of 4 houseplants, the same background, this low quality ass shit. The man should have been in jail. All y'all acting like this new. Bum, 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 bum. Your bud is mine.
There it is. There it is. God damn it. I was waiting to get there. Shit.
Back, son.
Woo.
I didn't even know about my electric.
My God.
That's my electric.
I did have to tell him what the
bro.
fuck you were talking about, but sure.
Fuck, bro. I didn't get it. I was perfect, but y'all knew my intent.
Didn't stick the
The
landing.
intent
but
was
still-
there.
still
It was
got
like
there.
it was like when the plane be like boop, 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 boom. You know what I mean?
Oh, gosh.
Oh my
man.
God, man. Y'all
I mean,
really
the-
trying to say, son.
it bothered me,
Kelly
bro.
got your tongue, bro.
It
What happened?
bothered me, bro. It bothered me, man.
Kelly got your
It bothered me,
Come
bro.
on, yo.
It's too many. There was too many young black girls. For my taste,
We've
bro.
been
Like,
knowing
that
they
shit-
all black.
Yeah, but that's the thing though. Like we've been known and nobody's done shit.
So
like,
be
that's the thing
bothered
that
now.
bothers me, bro.
That's what we upset about.
Yeah, I'm
All I know
bothered
is when JonBenet
I'm
Ramsey,
upset.
Y'all
when
wanna know how many
JonBenet
R.
Ramsey
Kelly
got
songs?
killed,
Yo,
I had to
yo.
watch fucking JonBenet Ramsey fucking round the clock coverage about this one little white girl.
Fam, you said
For years.
Oh no,
For years, bro.
You said you saw
This
that
was-
sex tape. How many years ago?
Dog.
When
that's
you
my
were a
point.
kid. You
That's my
32
point.
now.
Fucking,
For a
the
decade,
sex tape,
you let these little
the
black
piss
girls
on you,
suffer.
The piss
Hold
on
on.
you tape from Dave
Hold
Chappelle.
on. Who's
the Boondock
John
shit.
Benet Ramsey? The fuck is that?
You
B?
know that.
I don't know who John Benet Ramsey
You don't know who
is.
JonBenet Ramsey is.
That's a Prince song? I really don't know who the fuck John Benet Ramsey is. Who is John Benet Ramsey?
I think we're saying it wrong. I know Ramsey is right.
No, it's
No,
John
that's
Benet.
how you say
Oh,
it.
John Benet.
Jean Benet?
Yeah. Defensive back for the Jaguars. No.
Come on, that's Jalen Ramsey, stupid. Who's John Benet Ramsey?
All I'm saying is, if them little girls that he was raping
Y'all
was
not gonna
white,
tell me who John Benet Ramsey
they would have
is.
thrown
She
that
was a
motherfucker
little,
in
she
jail
was a
years
little beauty
ago.
queen girl got killed. She was like in those weird ass child beauty pageants.
Yeah, this bitch
That's
got-
some weird shit.
she
Listen,
got
you
round
want to
the
have
clock.
some fucking energy for this? Let's shut
Hold
down
on.
all these little child beauty pageants.
Yeah, we need
that
to
shit
shut that.
creepy
Why you
as fuck.
sexualizing kids? I don't like that.
Putting
That's-
makeup on a fucking 4-year-old,
Yo, son,
parading her out there.
That's
It's
why I
weird.
don't like. There's that little. I mean, there's this kid. He's like a spokesperson for like some makeup company. He's like this little kid who's like, I don't know if he's gay or trans or some shit. Do you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, he's like 16-year-old boy who's identifies as a girl or something like that, and he's a spokesperson for this makeup company. It's like, why are you sexualizing teenagers? That's all makeup is.
That's all pop culture is, bro.
Makeup
All we do
is
is
feminists say
sexualize
makeup
teenagers.
is empowering now.
Yeah.
All we do is sexualize teenagers. We sexualized Britney Spears when she was 16 years
Oh,
old.
Yo, so I
okay.
want to get back to that. I want to get back to that
We
because
sexualize teenagers all the fucking time.
I want to get back to that because
It's all right for little white girls to be
Oh, stop it
sexualized
with
as
this,
teenagers.
guys.
What you mean
Stop,
stop
stop,
with it?
stop,
This is
stop,
fucking
stop,
facts.
stop, stop.
Ain't no stop it.
it's all right for what?
It's all yo, bro.
No.
is this the
Make the
guy?
argument. That's the kid. Yeah.
All right. I'm saying if one of these white girls,
My
if
man
one of
look
these
like a
girls that R.
cyborg
Kelly
with that
touched,
makeup
No,
on.
let's go. I want to
if
hear
one
this.
of these girls that R. Kelly touched was a little white girl, that nigga would have been in jail years ago.
Facts.
Years ago.
Facts.
Nobody gives a fuck about little black girls, especially in the hood, especially in Chicago. They get touched all the time.
Let me ask y'all a question.
Dog.
Yo, we gonna have some real talk.
All right, let's have it.
Who's the majority of R. Kelly fans?
Black people, black
Who's the
women.
majority going to R. Kelly's music?
Black people and black
So
women.
why the fuck you care about white people with their kids? Handle that. Handle that. If y'all continue to support this guy that's a pedophile that y'all all know is a pedophile,
That's the point
why
of
you
this.
upset at white people
That's the
for
point of this.
coming down
I'm
on
not
white
upset
pedophiles?
at white people. I'm not upset at white people. I'm saying nobody gives a fuck about black girls. That's what I'm saying.
The only people that need to give a fuck in this situation are the people supporting R. Kelly.
So you're saying only black people should care about black girls?
You're
That's what
saying only white people care about white kids?
No, I'm saying if
America.
there was a white girl that was fucking that was being raped,
Uh-huh.
somebody
Cosby
would have
raped
did something.
68 of them before we gave a
And
fuck.
that nigga's in jail.
Took
The nigga's
68.
in jail.
68 and 50 years.
The nigga was
My man had a
the nigga was
three-decade
a
head
half
start on R.
billionaire for
Kelly.
most of that time.
My man had a-
But hold on. But back just to get to this one point. So you're saying that if a white girl was being raped,
Yes.
right? Which we know that many white girls have been raped. That
By R.
person,
Kelly.
But if R. Kelly raped a white
Yes.
girl, the white community would do something about it.
Anybody would have done something.
Hold on, but
They would have plastered her face all over the
You think
fucking
black
news,
people would have done
and
about
they
it?
would have had his house surrounded.
just curious, you think black people would have done something about it?
What do you mean?
Because the argument we're making right now is that the black community hasn't betrayed or gone back against R. Kelly because of what he did.
I'm not talking about the black community. I'm just talking about how society treats black girls. That's all I'm talking about.
So
I'm not saying
who's
white. I'm not
society?
saying white
Who's
people
society?
have fault. Everybody.
So you're saying
The,
that
the criminal justice system, the fucking
Sure.
how just how society
So-
puts
Sure.
women in especially young black women in inner cities in certain situations where their only means of desperation is
that's not necessary.
oh gosh, okay.
We have a show.
If-
Be professional. We have a show.
all right. I'll
I'm
say what I
having a
gotta say, bro.
conversation,
But
you,
like
no, but you know, don't do that.
my shit is this, yo. Now, whatever.
So look,
It's
so
fine,
here's my
whatever.
question. So here's my question is this, right? Here's my question. The argument that you're making, it seems, I don't want to put words in your mouth. The argument you're making is that if R. Kelly had raped a white girl, society would have turned against him and done something about it.
Yes.
That's correct, right? Now,
I'm saying something would have been done a long time ago.
and
is what I'm saying.
who would have done it? That's my question for you because
Authorities, something would have happened.
White
and
people?
that motherfucker would have been dealt with.
white people.
I'm not making it a white people thing. I'm
So
saying
why don't? I guess my question is, okay, let's say white people didn't care when it was happening to black kids.
I'm not saying it's a white people thing.
So then,
I'm saying
who-
nobody cares about black
You're
girls.
saying
That's what I'm
society
saying.
as a whole cares about white little
So black
girls
and
more.
white people care about white girls more than black and white people care about black girls.
Yes.
Yeah.
So black and white people were like, oh, those are black girls getting raped, doesn't matter. And if it
It's
happens to a
just
white
easy
girl-
to overlook. It's easy to fucking turn a blind eye to it. You're not gonna turn a blind eye to somebody. If R. Kelly as famous as he is, and they see a fucking blonde-haired, blue-eyed girl, be like, "Oh my God, this person was touched by this monster, this R&B person, whatever." They would have had his house surrounded by fucking dinner time, and that's just the fucking facts. Not one of these people, not one of these girls that he touched was a little white girl, and that's why he got away. That's a big reason of why he got away. There's other reasons, obviously, his popularity, his music, all this other shit. Our fucking own sense of forgiveness when it comes to people that are in battle, especially people that are talented. There's a lot of fucking things that contributed to that. What I'm saying is a big part of that is the fact that it happens to little black girls.
Look at OJ. They didn't let that shit go.
Boom. There you go.
He got off, and they stayed on his ass until they got him on something.
For something.
First of all, horrible argument.
How?
Because he got off after murdering two white people.
Yeah, I know.
He
but,
murdered
no,
two
but
white
that's what
people
I-
and then
no,
got off.
But that's what I said.
the worst argument you could make.
No, but he had like tons of money. He had the top lawyers to get him
R.
off
Kelly
on
has
this.
tons of money.
And
He has
then
the top lawyers.
yes, but then
Just admit it's a bad argument. We can
no,
start
but then
over.
society continued to go after him until they got him on
Until they got him
something,
for
on some
something.
bullshit.
So-
they stole his own memorabilia, and he tried to get it back, and that's what they got him on.
Okay, so who should have went after R. Kelly?
Society as a whole.
And so there was a group of people that were going after OJ, right? Who was going after OJ for what he did?
Anybody who was outraged
White
about
people kind of went after OJ,
Nah,
right?
I wouldn't just say that. I would just say anybody who's
Nah.
outraged about that killing.
You don't think white people are more upset that OJ got off?
I cannot.
And white people definitely more
as
upset.
not- as-
Did you watch the
because
OJ documentary or
I'm not
no?
a white person. I won't know.
But did you watch the OJ documentary or no? It's fine if you didn't.
I did.
Okay, so maybe after watching it, what was your perception and what was the perception of the director? There was a racial
trial-
component to it,
There
right?
was a racial component.
And what
yes.
was that racial component? What did it show?
No, in the trial, yes, it was white
And
and
after
black.
the trial, the elation that OJ got off,
Yes,
right?
I
And
understand
who was
that.
elated more so?
Black people were
Right.
more
So
elated.
that's what it became. He became a figurehead for all the horrible things and unfair things that happened to black people. And it was like, all right, finally we got one. It doesn't matter if he actually did it or not because we've been persecuted so unfairly for all things that we didn't do.
Yes.
Now you guys know what it feels like.
Yes.
Right? Now, not saying this is right or wrong, but we understand the storytelling going on in the documentary.
Yes.
Right? And let's say, and I'm not sure if this was the case, but let's say the white community stuck at it and they were like, nah, fuck it. We're getting this motherfucker. Okay? The same energy can be kept with R. Kelly. He's out there raping black girls. The black community should be shutting that fucking shit down.
A lot of people in the black community
We're
did.
trying.
But there's so
There's-
many
there's people
Here's
who
the thing: if
stand outside
the
of
same
every
thing that happened
concert,
with
like,
OJ, is the
it's
same thing that
done.
kept
He
R.
should be
Kelly
arrested.
free for a long
like,
time.
People boycott every single concert. It's just they don't have enough help. Not enough people care. So people are trying.
That's the fascination.
people?
We've canceled R. Kelly a long time.
Yeah.
Like
But
his
who?
music doesn't get played. They
His
boycott his
music's
concert.
still getting played.
No, but I'm just saying.
He was just in Africa.
We're saying not enough people care. That's the argument that
So
we're
who's
making.
got to care?
What I'm saying is, it's different for black celebrities, especially with OJ and R. Kelly, because they're not just black celebrities. They're fucking famous people. They're rich people, and America is enthralled by fucking celebrity. Period. After OJ got off, that motherfucker was making appearances. He had the fucking reality show that he was shopping around. Like people were still he was still getting followed every single day on camera and all that sort of shit. Same thing with R. Kelly. As soon as that motherfucker got off, he was doing all types of interviews. He was still performing everywhere. He was still doing all that type of shit. And that's what I'm saying. And that's why it goes back to the original argument why I personally can't separate the art from the artist anymore when it comes to him, because so much of the music that he created helped create this fucking impenetrable bubble that he's in, where the motherfucker is still a free man. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. No, I just didn't understand the argument about like we would care if it was somebody else. Because there are white girls that get raped every single day and nobody gives a fuck.
Of course. but-
Every single day. There are white girls on college campuses that get raped every single fucking day and nobody gives a fuck. This happens all the fucking time. And to just go, if it was a white girl, then we would care. It's just
So
unfair.
you mean to tell me if R. Kelly battered or put let me think of a better example. I guess OJ could be a decent example as far as like how much coverage was surrounded being with Nicole Simpson, even before they he allegedly murdered her or all this other shit. You know what I mean? There was still coverage around it because that's a black man and that's a white woman. You know what I'm saying? And we can't ignore that dynamic, especially when, like you said, with the documentary, well, not with the documentary, with the trial, with the racial tension going on, where certain white people were upset, certain black people were happy, all this other shit. It's hard to not see that if R. Kelly did this to a white woman, that more attention would be paid to it and something would have been done about it a long time ago and didn't have to come to this, 17, 18 years later? You know what I mean? After the tape or after the trial?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
It's just shocking to me that and it's just shocking to me that essentially the argument is we are more obsessed with interracial relations than we are.
No. That's not what I'm saying at all.
Wait for it.
That's not what I'm saying.
Wait for it. That we are more. It is big. An interracial relationship is bigger news than pedophilia.
It's not what I'm saying at all.
Not saying you're saying that, but you're saying if it was interracial, we'd be like, whoa, spotlight,
bigger-
spotlight, spotlight.
It'd be a bigger
No,
deal.
we just said something would have gotten done.
It'd definitely be a bigger
Soon.
deal sooner.
That's
It's
all I'm
always
saying.
been a big deal. It's always been something talked about in pop culture. Fucking Chappelle Show, Boondocks, Mad TV. Oh, everybody knew about this shit. You know what I'm saying?
You know what it is? And I can admit that I ain't shit. Like,
Me
I
too.
can sit here and be like, I ain't
I
shit.
was still jamming to R. Kelly
Yeah.
music as of a year ago.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, but knowing how much that contributed to the horrible shit that he's accused of doing, like, I can't in good conscience support that shit. I can still jam the Michael Jackson songs.
Why can we? Do we need a documentary?
Maybe.
That's the thing with documentaries; they'll make you feel whatever the fuck the way that you want.
Maybe.
And if there was a good documentary that came out with all those kids that Michael used to sleep with, and they were saying,
But a lot of those kids did come back and say, yeah, no, Mike never touched me. Mike never did this. Mike
touched
never
them.
did that. I think after he passed away, it'd been a lot easier for them to be like, hey.
"You're gonna keep the same energy because they're gonna come out. They're gonna come out."
And if they do, then I'll stop listening to Mike music.
but then you're gonna be just as bad as all of us.
What do you mean?
You gonna stop listening to I Want You Back, bro?
Nah, but it's like it's in our legal system, it's innocent until proven guilty. And so I'm giving Mike the benefit of the doubt because
Okay, no.
his
Don't
biggest
don't
accuser-
use the legal argument because
no, I'm just saying his biggest accuser recounted.
R. Kelly has
his
never been
claim.
has never been convicted. So
But I mean,
he's
I
innocent.
saw the evidence.
Only reason why he wasn't convicted is
What evidence
'cause-
you see?
I saw the evidence of him peeing on a girl. Like I saw it.
And the only reason why he wasn't
So-
convicted is because the girl that got peed on refused to show up in court. That's the only reason why he wasn't convicted. And apparently in the documentary, she's still like close to that same girl to this day.
She's still.
Yeah, apparently she's allegedly the trainer of like the other young girls that they bring in. So like she trains like the other young bitches.
She's still part of the R. Kelly.
Still down with that sex
Guys.
cult allegedly. Yeah, which is Sparkle's niece.
Crazy.
Who used to be her protege.
Crazy.
It's fucked up. Like if you didn't get a chance to see it, like it's
Oh, I'm watching it all tonight.
It's
the second I get back
legitimately,
home.
it's legitimately fantastic television. Like, not watching it in the bubble or anything like that.
Yeah.
It is engaging fucking television. What's true, what might have been embellished for the documentary is up for debate. But like, if you get a chance to watch it, watch that shit. You okay, Akaash? You still breathing heavy?
It's just
You
no
all right,
fun.
dude?
I just like having fun. There was fun early on, and then the fun was gone, and then it became this big
I
race
understand.
thing.
Sometimes you got to talk about some shit,
Sure,
bro. It's a
I just
podcast.
don't care
It's
to
a
have the big
podcast,
race
bro.
discussion. I just don't care to do it.
We have the big politics discussion all the time. We have the big.
We
sports
haven't
discussion
really
all
had the
time.
big top. Well, none of us have sat here and talked about Trump and taken some big.
No,
stand
we
against
don't
Trump.
necessarily have to talk about Trump to talk about politics. There's definitely the politics.
And
talks
I
that
just know
happen
this
here.
argument in particular is incredibly circular. I hear this.
This is why this argument sucks, is because it's feeling based and unprovable. It's Alex. Shut the fuck up, please. Jesus
also,
Christ.
the second you take the other side, you are
You could-
alt-right,
No,
race.
no.
It's just
and besides that, it's you have zero empirical evidence that can prove your point besides a feeling that you have going through society as a black man. But that feeling cannot be bestowed on an Asian man, an Indian man, a Chinese man. You cannot transfer that feeling. So therefore, your argument is 100% right for you
To me,
because you feel
yeah.
it, and 100% unrelatable to someone else because they cannot. So, and this does not take away from your argument.
No,
but the
it's not- it's
reason
not about
why,
taking away the
just let me
argument. The
finish.
thing
The
is-
reason why these things become so difficult and, like Akaash said, boring to argue, is because it's not like we can go to statistical evidence and bring up all these. How many famous people have raped a girl of a different gender, and then we can look back and catalog. We can go to statistics about police brutality. That's undeniable shit. It don't matter how fucking alt-right some motherfucker is. I can bring this shit here and say, explain this, why black people get frisked more than everybody else.
That goes to my point, which I was trying to explain. Like, it doesn't have to be, I'm not Puerto Rican, I'm not Indian, I can't relate to that.
Can
But
empathize.
as Americans, as people, as human beings, we think, okay, there's right and there's wrong. It doesn't have to be
Again.
like I don't need to be fucking Jewish to be like, yeah, the Holocaust was fucked up. You know what I'm saying?
You're making these are two completely different things, and this is why this gets convoluted.
Could
and
I
we
try
don't
to give one
understand.
example of I think is it
No.
empirical evidence?
No. It's not about empirical evidence or not. Maybe Effie, actually, you do a good job of explaining these things. What is the difference
Well, there's a microphone there, sir.
right there?
Repeat the question that you wanted.
So what we're trying to say is there's a difference in we're not talking about what is right or what isn't right.
The point doesn't seem to be about what we consider to be right or wrong in society. We're all in full agreement that this is completely unacceptable.
Yeah.
Regardless of who it happens to be done to, be it a black girl or a
Absolutely.
white girl. I think what Andrew's arguing is a slightly different point, which is to say where you feel like society will embrace or try to do something about whites over blacks. That feeling that you have can't be shared properly across to someone else.
And okay, I see.
You see what I'm saying? It's and
I see what
again,
you're saying.
it doesn't mean it's not 100%
Yeah.
You
right.
could be fully correct about that point. And your experiences in the world will demonstrate that. You would see police brutality, maybe over-sexualization of children or black people especially, but that knowledge and that experience that you've had in your lifetime can't be bestowed upon other people to be able to see the world in that sort of lens as well.
Speaking personally, and not speaking for like all black people, when we could joke about the fucking R.Kelly show. Oh, well, did you hear this just happened? And we've known this has been going on forever. But the only thing is, it's like, well, how has this been going on forever? What the fuck could we have done? Like, it's not saying like it's on me or it's on you to bring a nigga to justice. Like, I'm not a fire marshal. I'm not gonna run to his house and fucking, arrest the nigga myself.
I've never supported R. Kelly. I've never bought any of his music. I don't listen to
I
his music. I don't do anything.
I listened to his music just like a bunch of us did, man.
Yeah,
like,
I've never seen the sex tape.
And I guess, well,
But that's fine. I'm not judging. I'm not judging you. I'm just saying where I'm coming from. But I could have probably done way more. That wasn't. I guess what I'm trying to say. I'm just trying to explain why those arguments tend to become difficult. I think you said it very eloquently. Is because they have to do with something that you know viscerally from your life that other people don't know from their lives, right? So there's certain things that Eden is going to go through. There's certain things that Akaash is going to go through in his life that he just cannot. We just have to go. I take your word for it. You're 100% right.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean it's
But on the same level, that's asking you to take my word for it, based on what I've gone through in my life, that it wouldn't be any different. And you're looking at me like, that's crazy. There's no way.
No, I mean, if it's
you see what I'm saying? It's take word for arguments.
If it's explained thoroughly, I'll be like, I see where you're coming from. You know what I'm saying? And that's all we're asking. That's all I'm asking in this situation. When it comes to this dude, you
Just one example. The way.
You better come with fire.
All right. So.
Or Eden. Seriously, his mic's off. If he doesn't come with fucking heat for the go.
In the 80s, crack was demolishing the black community.
Right.
Right now, heroin and the opioids start to mess up in some white communities.
Example.
And oh my God, it's war on drugs. Like they are really coming down. It's like doing something about the opioid epidemic. When crack was demolishing the black community, nobody gave a fuck.
Yeah. You said something earlier. You said with the opioid epidemic, they're coming down on it. There's a war on drugs, right?
No, but
just you said that. Those are your words,
said that,
right?
but
and now, just out of curiosity, in American history, has there ever been a thing called the war on drugs?
Yes, and
what was that war on drugs meant to do?
That was going after the big cocaine distributors down in like Mexico, Colombia, and all that, because there was a war going on down there, and the reason why they actually cared about that was monetary reasons.
Well, I mean, that's monetary reasons for everything, right? Like, what happens is drug fatalities end up costing the government tons of money.
That's not why they care. Come on, you know what was going on down there, though.
Drug fatalities end up costing the government money.
Cool. All right.
People end up going into drug facilities. The government has to spend tons of money on healthcare because of overdoses, et cetera. So they go, okay, we got to shut this drug shit down because at the end of the day, it's all an economic thing. Absolutely. But to say that there was no war on drugs and there was no, we're going to get tough on crime and there's no other thing, it's not fair to say that because
I'm
they
just
were
saying
going to
they
get tough
weren't
on
doing
crime.
anything about like helping out our community.
I mean, when Bill Clinton went into, if you really want to get into it, when Bill Clinton went into office, he was lobbied by the Black Caucus to make more harsh drug crime laws in the black community, and then he did. And now he's being criticized for those exact drug laws because those exact drug laws are the ones that have people going to jail for
and that's
things.
a big reason why people didn't get behind Hillary either.
And that is a big reason why. But to say that nothing was done is wrong because if you look at the Black Caucus, and what was the name of it? The guy's name, he's still a senator today.
What's the name?
God, I forget his name. But he was even on record. He was like, absolutely. We thought this was the best thing for our community at the time. And we asked him, we lobbied him to do this for us and make these harsher drug laws so it could help the situation. It ended up backfiring, but it's not like there wasn't an intent there.
Okay, so if you're saying because of the intent, because it
all intent,
help,
right?
It
It's
didn't
like,
help.
That's the thing. Like sometimes you think by
now they're talking about like rehabilitation for people who are
Look, listen.
having problems instead of
We might go,
massive
how do we
drug
solve
thing.
traffic, right? And then we go, let's raise the speed limit to 90 miles per hour. And the intent is really to like solve traffic and make sure people can get to work on time and not have 2 hour whatever. And then all of a sudden you might have a bunch of car accidents and like 10,000 people die. And then in retrospect, we look back at that person that made that decision to raise the speed limit, like, you fucking monster. Why do you want to kill innocent mom and dads driving to work? And it's like, whoa, dude, you guys were asking me to find a solution for traffic. I was doing the best thing that I could. And we asked people, right? Like, it's easy in retrospect to look back and like call people pieces of shit. When I try to judge people in life by intent, not, by what ends up, by their intent in the situation. And I think R. Kelly intended to have sex with young women. Akaash has
that
left the
we
room.
can agree.
Yeah.
on.
Nick Cannon had a good thing about this.
What did he say?
He said something along the lines of the reason why and I guess this is before the documentary came out. He said something along the lines of, the reason why R. Kelly fucking touched or totally, romanticized young women is because he couldn't read. And, he was illiterate. And if he's talking to a grown woman, like, the flash and the lifestyle and being like rich and famous, that's cool for a while. But then when you're talking to somebody who can't read books or really fucking have an intellectual conversation, they probably get disinterested. And who else could you really have an intellectual conversation with than somebody who's a teenager?
Nick Cannon needs to never speak again. That is the stupidest fucking take I've ever heard in my entire life about why someone's a pedophile. Because they don't know how to read. So they're going to bang chicks that are 15 who, guess what? Know how to read. Also, how often are you and your girl just hanging in bed reading out loud to each other?
I don't
Is
know
that
if they're
common
I don't know
practice?
If it's about reading, Mike.
Hey, babe, you get the new Twilight series? Why don't we read it out loud to each other as couples do together? No, Nick Cannon, shut the fuck up. Pedophiles are pedophiles because they're born with something fucked up in their brain
he
or they're
needs help.
molested into it, and that's what happens. Anyway, we don't have to spend any more time on it.
Spend enough time.
But I am glad that we had this conversation.
Yes.
And I am glad that these things, and I know Akaash, and I agree with Akaash, I would like more levity to be had in these conversations, but I do think there are times when you need to kind of hash it out, and especially us. This is a very rare environment. Like, even if you just look at the people in this room.
It's a very diverse room. So
And it's organically diverse.
Yeah, it wasn't by design.
I'm not like, how do I find a Puerto Rican and a Turkish guy and an Indian and a black and a fucking Nicaraguan or whatever. I don't even
I've
like
been calling
saying
you
that
Mexican
country,
for a
dude.
month. You just told me you're Nicaraguan just now.
I don't even like it because
Coulda said something,
it's
bro.
just too close to the N-word, so we need another name for that country. Like, there's certain things that, because people listen to Brilliant Idiots trying to catch me say it. Like, I won't even say Arnold, whatever his last name is.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
That's too
Schwarzenegger.
close, bro. That's too close, bro. I go Arnold. That's Arnold, bro. That's Arnold.
There's only one Arnold, bro.
I go Arnold Terminator. That's as close as I get to it.
But
So
yeah, I mean, that's
the point.
that's,
Is we can have these conversations because there's a level of trust. We can have these conversations because the people that listen to this podcast understand there's a level of trust. There's not like a malice. There's not like a I'm gonna ride for this side and try to win for my side. And it's like, on some level, and again, I don't want it to be a lot, but on some level, we almost need to have these conversations
course.
because we are what everybody else should be aspiring to be.
That's honestly what this podcast was founded on originally. Yes, it's jokes, yes, it's sports and all this other shit, but at the same time, it's like that's the ability to have these conversations. Like you can't have this on Twitter. You can't like talk
You
about
can't have it on
this.
CNN.
You can't have it on CNN,
Fox News. Like
yeah.
all they do is they bring some softball person up to make look like an idiot, and then it's just what it is.
Yeah,
So
I'll sit and listen to you. You'll sit and listen to me. I'll
Absolutely.
sit and listen to Akaash. You'll
There's
sit
a
and
level of
listen to me.
respect, yeah.
And then it is what it is afterwards, and then we talk about whatever the fuck there is to talk about.
Akaash been so upset this whole
I know.
podcast.
I'm sorry.
And you know what? I think out of payback, we're not going to talk about the Cowboys. Not even a little bit. We're going to talk about the
I'm fine with
Cowboys
it.
today. All we're going to talk about is how great the Eagles are. How do you
Yo,
think about that?
Big
Is that a
Dick
good
Nick.
idea?
No, I'm fine with it.
Big Dick Nick, what's up?
I'm actually surprised y'all got somewhere. I was so sure this argument was going to go nowhere, and I just threw the mic. I was like, we're just not going to get anywhere. This is a waste of everyone's time. I'll shut down real hard if I think an argument's not going anywhere. I'm like, all right, well.
I think that we got to the reason why it often doesn't go somewhere. And and it is tricky, man. You're right. And you know what? A lot of times it doesn't go anywhere and it's a fucking waste of time. I think today, we got a little understanding, and maybe people are listening who are like, why don't people why don't my friends that aren't like me understand when I say this or disagree with that I say this? And it's just like they just don't have all the information in your head.
Yeah, and
They
we
literally
don't have all
don't
the
have-
information in our head. We don't have all the information. You haven't seen the doc. You've seen some of it.
I'm even talking about life information.
Oh,
like,
yeah, that's what I'm
I don't
saying. I'm
know
just
what
using this as
Kaz's
an
life
example.
has been.
Experience
Yeah.
is your experience.
Yeah, so it's like,
But when we were
yeah.
just arguing, I was like, we're not gonna. I know Andrew's not gonna give in. I know Kaz is gonna. And then to think about why that happened was cool. But before that, I was like, this is gonna be 20 minutes.
I mean, it's
We're
not
just
an
gonna do this
argument.
back and
It's
forth.
just like, all right, I'll listen. I'll let Andrew
Debate,
talk. and then
argument,
I'll
whatever
talk,
word-
and it's
whatever
just
word
like,
it is.
Yeah, just get it out, and eventually, we all hear each other. It's like, all right, I know he's not gonna give in. Alex is gonna feel away. You're gonna feel away. I'll feel away, and then we'll talk about sports afterwards, and then.
No, I was impressed it got somewhere. Because again, I was like, here we go.
Where did you go?
You don't trust in the flavor
mom
in
called.
this podcast.
How's your
bro?
mom?
She good. She be worrying about me.
Why she worried?
nonstop. I don't know. She calls at midnight. I don't pick up. She freaks the fuck out. She
Same.
literally.
before.
My mom does the same
She
exact
did
thing.
this, dog. I fell asleep at 11 one
My
time.
mom don't be doing that.
She
Gila be hitting me up.
Oh, I was trying to find some fucking Mediterranean food or some shit. I'm
Son,
like,
you know I got
I'm like, this
you.
shit ain't like Gila's, bro.
What you saying?
I had a flight at 6 a.m., so I went to bed at like 11 that night.
Wait, this morning?
No, this is like a couple. This is when my mom called you.
Oh yeah.
My mom called me at 11:30, 12 o'clock, something like that. I don't pick up. She texts. I'm asleep. Whatever. 4 in the morning, there's a Facebook notification. I see on her wall the next day. Has anyone spoken to Akaash?
Oh my god!
I've been trying to call him since 9 p.m. All of a sudden it was 9
That's the shit
p.m.
my mom would do.
Since 9 p.m. She calls Andrew. She texts anybody that can get a hold of me. I'm just like, what the fuck, bro?
She don't
So when she
text?
call this time, I was like, let me take this, huh?
She don't text.
She texted, but I was asleep.
Oh.
So I
God.
fell asleep at 11. She called at 11:30, then texted, no answer. Freaked the fuck out.
See, this is why you gotta tweet more, bro. My mom will look at my Twitter account. She hasn't heard from me in a while. It's like, it's been a while, and maybe I'm just like chilling and tired, but like she sees me on Twitter, like, oh, okay, he's fine. I won't
Bro,
bother.
I gotta do something.
You gotta do something, yo.
I gotta send her good night text or something. This is wild.
Send her a smoke signal or some shit.
I thought, that's why I had him hand me the phone. I had 2 missed calls from her. I was like, oh boy, here we go.
God damn.
Here we go.
And then what do you talk to her about?
She just needs to know I'm alive, and then she's like, all right. Fine.
How often in the past have you died?
Honestly, as a Hindu,
Like, what is
there's no telling. So thousands.
Oh, a highbrow joke. That was a highbrow joke. I liked it.
And by brow, a singular one.
That's why it's called highbrow, because we're the smartest, and we don't be having 2 of them shits.
Oh god. Let's talk some
Okay.
playoffs. God damn it.
But your mom's okay. Everything's cool.
She's
Your
good.
mom's-
She's good.
Good. Shout out to Mama Singh.
You know what's funny though is there was a Hurricane Sandy or whatever. Not the bad Irene, the first one. They did nothing. I woke up literally.
Lady hurricane.
Four,
These fucking lady hurricanes coming
that's
through.
why
and
that
they're
shit
just
didn't
like,
hurt nobody.
Yeah, tell that to Katrina.
Well, Katrina was a black woman. You knew that was gonna do damage. You knew that shit was gonna do damage. As soon as I saw-
Katrina came through like her son cursed. What'd you say? What'd you say, Harold?
As soon as that shit was
came
called
with a
Katrina,
switch.
I said, that shit better evacuum fucking 8.
Exactly. Listen, yo, Katrina.
Grab you some beignets and run, dog. That shit is a rapski. Better hit up Dumont and get the fuck out.
Bro, Katrina was yelling at a Jewish dude. Levy. You know that he ain't winning that one? You think Levy is going to beat Katrina? Pissed off ass Katrina?
She came up there like, this ain't a negotiation.
That is
boy.
fucking funny. Oh shit.
Listen here, Levy. I got Salino and Barnes.
Oh, fuck.
Oh
Okay.
boy.
But what happened?
Hurricane Irene, my mom called me. I'm not even lying. I fell asleep again.
Yeah.
35 times my mom called me.
God damn.
Voicemails of her crying. Like
Jesus.
crazy.
Pressure.
Heartbreaking. But then I was like, this is sweet, but it's wild. But then there was a tornado in Dallas.
Yeah.
For 30 minutes, my mom just wasn't picking up her phone. The fucking level of panic I felt was
Oh, jeez.
crazy. I was just like, she's not answering her phone. She always answers her phone.
See, that's
I was freaking the fuck out.
so my mom does the same thing, and
Yeah,
like
nobody
it
cares.
gives me like this.
I'm kidding. Tell me. All right, your mom does the same thing, but
No, I was trying to relate to you.
On Twitter.
To
No,
the level of anxiety you
right,
feel, because
right.
like when she doesn't answer,
It's crazy.
Now you're like, oh my
You
god,
got
your mom
nothing else
always
to
calls.
do?
What are you doing?
You ain't got no friends. What the fuck you talking about? Where you going?
So this is what it's like, huh?
That's what it's like to have immigrant moms.
I have one.
Well, there you go. Right.
She's a little different.
Oh god, funny.
All right, well, shit, that's good. I'm just glad that life is good, man.
Life is alright.
Life ain't bad. Oh fuck, Big Dick Nick.
Shout out to Big Dick Nick.
All right, should we talk about Big
This
Dick Nick?
motherfucker, man. They're gonna. I really.
They're gonna
I
do it
wouldn't
again.
bet on it, but I think they're gonna beat the Saints.
Okay, so do you get rid of Wentz?
Yes.
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 rid of him,
You
right?
trade him
Yes.
for a boatload of picks. You're good.
Dog.
I mean, wow.
You got it. You got.
Should the Giants get Wentz?
But you got to give up a lot for him though.
What are you gonna give up? Give up your first round pick this year.
That's not enough.
That's not enough.
Jacksonville will
for
give up
Wentz?
2 first-round picks. No fucking problem.
Happily.
Because there's no quarterbacks coming out this year. You got to pay Blake Bortles. Wentz is still cheap for 2 more years. And by then, your Blake Bortles money is up, so you can afford to either extend Wentz or get somebody new.
I mean, they won't do it, but like
They have to do it because that's the only. They're over the cap, Jacksonville, which is crazy. But Wentz is cheap as fuck, relatively speaking.
like,
Go get him.
I don't think the Eagles will do it, but like they're in such a fucking bind right now.
They're
'cause it's
gonna
like,
do it. It's
what
the smart move.
Yeah, it's like, what do you do? Like, you got this guy who's possibly about to go on another crazy playoff run. He's already won you a Super Bowl. You got this fucking quarterback, Carson Wentz, who's a stud quarterback but can't seem to stay healthy when you need him. Like, they're in such a catch-22. Like, nothing they do,
Get rid of him.
nothing they
You
do is
get
going to
rid
be
of
the
him,
You gotta
right.
go with the
Two first-round
W's,
draft
bro.
picks.
Like, let's be honest, man. The kid just comes in and fucking balls. Drives you down the field. What is
4th
it?
and goal.
4th and goal. That's a big dick throw, too. Did you
Yep.
see that throw?
He's a beast, dog.
Yeah.
He's a
Big dick
beast.
He's
throw.
a bad boy, man. He's a bad boy.
Him and what's his name together, that coach, it's like damn near Belichick and Brady.
Who, Doug
Marone?
Peterson?
Yes, Peterson and Foles together. I don't think Foles works anywhere else.
Yeah.
Somehow that shit just works.
Yeah, maybe.
He found his guy.
Maybe. He found his Sean Payton, probably.
Found his perfect match.
Yeah.
He found his perfect
But
match.
Breeze was good in San Diego.
Breeze was
Nick
very
Foles-
good. He went to fucking Mars when he met
Nick
Sean
Foles is
Payton.
ready to retire. This is the luckiest fucking team on earth, the Eagles. They fire their GM, stay with Chip Kelly. Chip Kelly sucks, so they get rid of Chip Kelly. The GM's still just floating around, no job. They get him back. Nick Foles, they shipped the fuck off. Andy Reid, before they fired him, the last thing he did was convince Nick Foles to come out like, hey, don't retire, just come to Philly, please. So Nick Foles stays, you fire Andy Reid, you keep Nick Foles, and now you got a Super Bowl championship. And you might get another. And the fucking way they won today is so lucky.
Okay. Fuck them. Who cares? Who cares? We're going to have to deal with Eagles fans for another couple weeks. It's fine.
Jesus Christ.
Okay. I want to know. Let's talk about your Cowboys. Your
Yeah.
Cowboys victory.
Yeah, I was hype. I was hype as fuck. I don't often tweet about the Cowboys. I
Should be
tweeted.
hype. It was a hell of a game. It was a hell of a game.
And
Shit.
Dak pulled up big.
Fucking
Dak, man. I fucks
Big
with
ball.
Dak.
That was a big balls run. That last.
Fucks with Dak. I've defended Dak to many people.
You have.
Still have to.
You have.
But I just like winners, man. Him and Nick Foles got the same thing. Nick Foles does it better, but like they just win.
And how do you think that the Cowboys will do next week?
They got a shot.
I think they'll win.
I don't think they'll win, but they got a shot.
I think they win.
Really?
I think the Cowboys win next week.
Why?
I'd never go against defense and running in the playoffs. Defense
Rams
and
got
And the
running-
Rams
Gurley.
have been playing shitty.
Yeah,
Rams
and
haven't been
that
playing
too.
well.
Gurley's not been 100%.
Gurley's
Goff has
injured.
been off.
Goff
Fucking
isn't as good as we thought.
The safest bet in playoff football is defense and running. And
I'm
they're
on.
playing
I
defense,
think the upset
and
is
they're running
Eagles
the
Saints.
ball.
I think the Eagles win. I don't know if the Cowboys. I think the Rams will get it together. Just my gut. Maybe I'm just a
Why
pessimist.
does nobody believe in the Saints?
I don't know.
I
I don't
could-
think the Eagles beat the Saints in New Orleans. That's a different animal.
It's just I don't know, man. I don't. They beat them by like 40
I
there
think the
6 weeks
Chargers
ago,
are
but it's
beating
a whole
the
different team.
Patriots.
I think the Chargers could beat the
I
Patriots.
fucking hope they do.
I think they're beating them.
I think the Chargers. could
Philip
beat-
Rivers a gamer, boy.
He
Did
is.
you see him?
Great.
Did you
He
see
is. That motherfucker comes to play.
He don't play
bro.
around. He's old school.
I got 15 kids, motherfucker. I don't
Yeah.
give a fuck, bro.
You know, he still lives in San Diego and takes a fucking dope ass like bus to LA every day.
Yeah, because he got 15 kids.
Wait a minute.
He not moving them.
He takes a bus.
San
to
Diego
San
to
Diego's
LA
LA.
in whatever the fuck the traffic is. Now he's got like a whatever it is, bus or whatever with like the fucking big leather recliner, giant TV so he can watch film. It's a setup. But
As he should.
that's so dope to me.
As he
He's
should.
like, I'm not raising my kids in fucking LA next to the Kardashians. Are you crazy? These godless ass
respect
people.
that. I respect
This
that.
godless ass city.
He's a fucking legend over there. They're gonna build a statue of that motherfucker when it's all said and done.
They
We'll
need
see.
to.
In
If
San
he wins
Diego,
one,
You gotta
forget
win
it.
I
one.
don't think he needs to win one. He's the best. He's the best quarterback the Chargers have ever had. The best quarterback. He's probably the best player next to Junior Seau. The best player in that franchise's history. They're
You guys
gonna
remember
build a statue.
Natron memes?
Yes, I do remember Natron Bomb.
Fucking love Natron.
He was
memes.
good for like a couple years,
That's a good
right?
ass football name, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Natron memes. And just a massive running back,
Yeah.
right? He was like
Fat as fuck.
Who else?
Yeah.
LaDainian Tomlinson's another one.
LT. Yeah, LT.
You take, I think
They
it's
had-
between LT and Philip Rivers.
They had Drew Brees.
They had Breeze.
That's
they had
right.
Breeze for a little bit.
And I don't
but-
blame him for, like, how different really will that franchise be
Yeah.
if they had Drew
Well,
Brees?
Brees'
or-
shoulder was
An
fucked.
embarrassment.
I know
of
he broke the
riches.
labrum.
That guy
Tore his
said,
labrum,
"What's
yeah.
his name? Dr. James Anderson. That's to this day the craziest surgery I've ever done. Like when we opened up that shoulder, there was nothing left. It's a miracle he recovered,
God damn.
And then wins a championship
and then was a Super Bowl. And I mean,
sets
I would love
records.
to see them win too, huh?
and sets all these different records.
Yeah.
This would be all right. Whatever, it'd be fine.
Colts.
Dude, Andrew Luck.
I like Andrew Luck, man. I like him, but I just don't think the biracial angel is gonna let it happen, bro. Patrick Mahomes, bro. I can't wait. That's still my.
You know what would be epic?
I would love to see them go all the way, bro. I want to see.
What are the most fun matchups you can think of? We got second round. So what's the most fun championship and Super Bowl you can think of? Start with NFC. Look at this. What's the most fun matchup here?
Gosh, give me
I want to say.
Cowboys Saints.
I think honestly, it's either Saints Rams, which would just be fun because it's offense, or Cowboys Eagles would be fun because we fucking hate each
NFC
other.
East, yeah. That would be a fucking war.
And then same kind of thing. Chargers, Chiefs in the championship would be fun as fuck.
I want to see Mahomes go to. Would they go to Foxborough if they win, or they would go to Kansas City?
Foxborough got home field. No. Sorry. Arrowhead is home field. Chiefs. It says
Oh, okay.
Chiefs are staying
Oh
there.
yeah, nah. I want to see Tom Brady on the road in the playoffs.
Hell yeah.
I want to see that. So
I want to see Tom Brady. I want to see the what is it? The pass against the future.
yeah,
yeah.
the passing of the torch.
I think
Yeah.
I think the Patriots would win that, but I'm not sure.
Maybe. I mean,
Away?
I believe. No, I'm talking
Well,
about.
if you're
I've seen the
banking on
Patriots-
Andy Reid, possibly they
yeah,
could
that's
blow
the thing.
it
Andy
out.
Reid can't win the playoffs, but
And
I
it's
think
just
it
mad
just-
high stakes for Mahomes. Like he's
yes,
young.
He might be a gamer though, but yes, for me when I think about these things, especially if I don't have a team in it, it's just like what could create the best 24/7 documentary. Like they're just boxing matches to me. So like what do I want to watch the week
You
going
gotta
up
look at
to
the
it?
quarterbacks.
Exactly. Like
Andrew Luck,
no matter
Patrick
who the
Mahomes.
Chargers play, it doesn't matter.
That whole
There's no
AFC.
rivalry. Like what is the big Charger
Chiefs are
rivalry?
rivals.
Is it?
Nah,
It's not Cowboys.
it's not Cowboys
Eagles,
Yeah.
right? You know what I mean? It's not like okay. So we have to go
You gotta think about it like this. All the teams left have like
Patriots, Chiefs,
franchise
Cowboys, Eagles. Let's be
face
honest.
of the league quarterbacks left.
Oh, cool.
You got Drew Brees.
Yeah.
You got Super Bowl MVP. You got the Cowboys, which is the Cowboys.
Sure.
You got Tom Brady, Phillip Rivers, Patrick Mahomes, Andrew Luck. If you want to put Jared Goff in there, I don't know if you do, but Todd Gurley's probably one of the best.
Let's say we're running the
players in
NFL.
football. Yeah.
What do we want money wise? What we want is Patriots, Chiefs,
Patriots, Chiefs,
and we
yeah.
want those fucking Chiefs.
I don't know. I think the Colts have a great story. Andrew Luck couldn't fucking throw a Nerf ball.
Sure. That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. But the reality is nobody gives a fuck who the Colts play,
True.
and nobody gives a fuck who the Chargers play. Unfortunately, it's true. Now, Cowboys. Now here's where it gets interesting. No matter which teams make it out, it's interesting television. LA is kind of rallied around the Rams, so you're going to see all the celebs at the games. You can kind of really sell
True,
it.
true.
I would love to see Cowboys Eagles just because it's fun and old school. But if it's Cowboys Saints, you could rally around Drew Brees. Is this his last year of being an elite quarterback? Like, they're going to go back
You
and do
could
it?
theoretically do the same thing for Rivers.
Yeah, but the team, no, it's like,
Yeah.
where's this history
Yeah.
of beef, right? Like, sell me on the drama. Sell me on what's going on.
Honestly,
It's like,
that's why I want to see the Cowboys win.
fuck yeah.
Like say what you want about the motherfucking Cowboys. Those motherfuckers are drama. Every game,
Cowboys Eagles
it's like,
at,
is this gonna be the
It would
time they
be at
blow it?
Texas Stadium. And again,
Bro, come on.
yeah, I don't think the Cowboys are beating the Eagles 3 times. Like, oh,
Come
and this is
on.
what I want to talk about: sports hate.
Okay.
Because I'm big on sports hate. Like I hate teams almost as much as I love my favorite teams. Like if you said right now the Eagles could win this Super Bowl and then the Cowboys will win next year, is that worth it to you? I'd be like, fam, I do not know.
No.
I don't think so. Like, I would just let the Cowboys not win. You know what I mean? If God was like, listen, you get the Cowboys Super Bowl next year, but this year you have to give it to the Eagles, I'd be like, bruh, I'll wait.
Really?
I really think I would.
Wow.
I really think I'd be like, I'll wait, man.
Okay, how about this? Eagles win this year.
Yeah,
You win next year.
right.
Or Eagles don't win this year. You never win again in your lifetime.
I think I would go then let the Eagles have it.
You have to. Don't you
But-
wanna
But that's
experience-
how powerful my sports hate is. Like,
Yeah,
when I
yeah.
hated Kobe, I fucking hated that
Yeah,
dude.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
hate the Eagles right
Yeah,
now.
yeah, yeah.
I'd be
Well,
passionately...
you have chips under your belt already. You've experienced
I've seen
Cowboys
it.
championships.
Well, what sucks, kind of...
You've experienced Cowboys and Mavericks.
What kind of
championships.
sucks
That's
is
right.
the Mavericks
You're
one.
spoiled.
The Mavericks one is beautiful. The Cowboys, what kind of sucks? First year I started watching football, they were like 7-9. Then they went 11-5. Then they just won Super Bowl. So I was like, yeah, it's just what happens.
Oh, you were spoiled.
I
You
didn't get
earn
it. The Mavs championship, I got it.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah,
I've
yeah.
seen everything.
That's how I felt about like Yankees baseball. I
Yeah, it was
oh,
like,
they
of
just-
course
they
there's
just
a
won.
parade
Of
this
course
year.
they win.
Like, I remember thinking, wait a minute, we don't have the day off for a parade?
Yeah.
Like, that's how spoiled we really
So a
were.
Cowboys Super Bowl now would mean it could mean more because I get it.
Okay.
Like my girl was watching the Eagles game. She's like, if they don't make this fourth and goal, I was like, you just started watching when they won
Yeah,
the Super
shut
Bowl.
up. Yeah,
like
yeah,
you don't
yeah.
know how hard this
Yeah,
is.
shut your ass up. Yeah, shut your ass up. Shut your ass up.
Leave, leave.
Like,
You know what? I had enough.
I talk about sports hate. Like,
Yeah. You be watching games with your girl, bro?
Her dad came over, Eagles fan. So he wanted to watch
how
the
is
game.
that? That sounds like the best time ever.
Fam.
that doesn't sound.
The thing that sucks is he hasn't talked shit about the Cowboys, so I can't go back. You know what I mean? We can't do that. He's just like, hey, the Cowboys won. I'm like, yeah. You gonna be all nice about it? Yeah, sure. You know what I mean?
Oh,
I'll
he's
just-
like a real sweetheart of a
yeah,
guy.
he's being nice about the Cowboys. So I have to keep my Eagles hate on the inside.
So you can't even yell at the fucking
I also know
television.
they're gonna win, so it's like, what's the point of fucking celebrating? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
did anybody think they were gonna lose today at any point?
No.
No
the
point
Eagles?
did I think they're gonna lose. Eagles.
No, not at all.
Well, as soon as he iced him, her dad was like, yo, it's a 43-yard field goal, a chip shot. I was like, no. As soon as he iced him and he made that first one, I go, I promise you he misses his second one. And then as soon as he
You
kicked
knew it.
as soon
The
as he
double
kicked it, I
doink.
saw a veer left. I didn't think it was gonna double
double
doink. When I
doink.
saw a little veer left, I said he missed it. It's a wrap. I called it. It's over.
Oh,
As soon as
my
he kicked it.
gosh.
How much fun is it thinking that you affected the universe? Like,
With that
isn't
timeout?
it great? Like, no, like not even a timeout. Just as a fan watching, where you like start sitting on your hands or do some
Oh,
goofy
yeah,
shit.
yeah,
But and it works, and
Yeah.
you truly, for a second,
You're like, I have to believe this. I got no choice.
I did it.
What if I fuck? You know what I mean?
I did it. I won. I won the game. You know what I mean? Like, there's a great video of this.
You pray to God like that shit is gonna like God cares more about your prayers than Nick Foles's, who not only is playing the game, but he a better person than you.
Yo,
know what I mean?
Big Dick Nick, bro.
Bruh.
That dude probably just leans his chin on his big dick. just rests his chin on his big ass dick.
Like,
And
you
then
just
just,
for your knees, like, no, I'll just
So
use
wait.
my dick.
Please, God, get everything go my way again. That would be perfect. Thank you so
He doesn't
much.
even use pews when he
This
kneels
guy's
down.
unbelievable, man. He
Just
runs every decision by
lays
his
on his
wife.
own dick.
You know his wife is like his fucking consultant.
oh, don't
Really?
say that, bro.
Isn't that
You're gonna
crazy?
Give yourself an unrealistic expectation.
Seriously.
Yeah. I mean, that's another thing. We could all tell everybody listening. You could tell your girl, like, if you help me win as much as Nick Foles, I would trust you. Right? Like, you could just be like, hey, babe, when I listen to you, how many championships have I won? And then she'd be like, none. I'd be like, well, if you don't shut your fucking ass up, stopping me from winning championships.
Two-edged sword, though. Two-edged sword, though. Because if your girl helps you win a championship, she's never going to let you fucking forget this shit.
100.
Ever.
His wife's name is Mrs. Nick Foles. That's his fucking wife. You need to know her first name? Huh? Tori Moore.
Like, you don't remember the time I helped you win the fucking Super Bowl, you asshole? Huh?
Oh, so she's gonna want her credit.
All the time. She
Whatever.
won't,
If I got a
want
Super
her
Bowl-
credit. She's going to take the fucking credit.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
He be giving it to her.
He does. What does he say?
He just says, I talked about, I remember before the Rams game, right before they started all these wins, he was just like, I wasn't really that excited about it. I talked to my wife, and then she was like, blah, 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 and we realized it. And then he did the same thing before, coming back when he's about to retire. I talked to my wife and blah, blah, blah. Every decision, this guy runs by his wife, and this
King.
bitch stays giving him good advice.
Yeah.
No, she's the one that's got to take care of him when he's got CTE and his brain is mush and he can't remember what he said 3 minutes
This
ago.
bitch stays giving him winning advice, bitch. Relax, bitch.
Think about it.
Stupid ass bitch. Fucking be quiet for a week. Shit.
Oh, you're upset because
I'm excited because she'd be killing it.
Yeah.
This hoe. The fuck up for a week,
Because
bitch.
the bitch is good? That's
Yeah,
why
bitch, you can't take a vacation nowhere. Shut your phone off, bitch. Fuck. Go to a remote island. Somebody steal this bitch iPhone, please.
That's what you got to do if you're a real... Who are they playing this week? Saints? If you're a real Saints
Saints.
fan, you got to kidnap Nick Foles' wife. That's the only way to change history when you think
Yeah,
about it.
don't
Yo.
trust the assholes, bro. Don't fuck around and do it.
Yo, real talk. If Nick
Don't
wife,
fuck around and do it.
if Tory Moore Foles got kidnapped, would you be kind of proud of the power of this podcast? Would you be like, yo, we did that shit? To be honest, though.
I would only be proud if she lived. I would feel bad if she
No,
died.
it's just a 1 week. You ever seen the movie Celtic Pride? It's like that.
Yes.
You know what I mean, you just take them,
I'd be supportive
hang
of
out,
that.
give her some brownies.
It's
you know what I
shocking
mean?
that that doesn't
Goldberg.
happen more often. Like, or the,
Feed her some gumbo.
yeah,
Big,
like-
give this bitch some jambalaya.
Yeah.
Crawfish.
yeah. Maybe not kidnapping of families, but I'm surprised that like athletes don't get like not poisoned, but like
Oh, God.
Food poisoning.
food poisoning, like the flu or like things. like
I've heard that happens.
Well, allegedly,
does
that's
happen.
what the flu game was for Michael Jordan.
Nah,
It
that motherfucker was
it
out
wasn't
doing
Crown
cocaine
Royal.
all night. Are you kidding me? He was doing cocaine and drinking all night
Cocaine
long.
don't do that. It was lots of Crown Royal. It was the
Crown Royal, bro.
game.
That dude was hung the fuck over. That's why he was able to play. Like you can function when you're hung over.
Of course,
You just
yeah.
need some momentum.
Cocaine, that's too low of a...
Dude, everybody was doing cocaine in the 80s in the NBA, man. In the 90s too. That's why they're fist fighting every play. You don't think there's a correlation between the fact that like Rudy Tomjanovich is getting his fucking jaw cracked every other week and there's tons of cocaine being brought into the country? Like, yeah. Shouts to Narcos, bro. You made the NBA interesting. Michael Jordan was jumping from the fucking free throw line because he was on yak. That's why. It's like, oh my God, what a gifted athlete. No. Thank you, Griselda, or whoever that fucking queen of cocaine is.
Oh, man.
Dude, that's what changed the game. Think about it, man. Think
Michael
about
Jordan
that shit.
rocks. That'd be the greatest.
So
East
can I watch
Hollywood
Space
story.
Jam? Or do
I mean,
I have
I'm wearing
to...
a Space Jam hat.
Yeah.
You also wear a Hillman College sweatshirt. Proudly.
Yeah.
He wears it like you have clothing.
I love a different world. What you want from me? You know what I mean?
That's Bill Cosby shows. You're not supposed to support Bill Cosby.
I can't support fucking Dwayne Wayne. God damn, man.
There's so many other people that.
Dwayne and
was-
Whitley is the OG Ross and Rachel. That shit is a
Is it?
beautiful. Yeah.
Weren't they
Same thing.
together? Weren't they together though?
It was
And
on
then
and
they
off.
broke up. Oh,
Same
okay.
thing. Together broke up. Together broke up.
Gotcha.
Dragged it on the whole series.
That's what we want. We want people who aren't together to be together, like Alex and Wheezy.
That's exactly what I was gonna say, dog. That's our Ross and Rachel.
How are you and Weezy? Y'all on good
She's
terms?
cool.
She's
Why you
cool?
say fuck you?
Cause don't start that narrative. Then they're gonna tag her and tag me on shit. Hate that shit.
Shut the fuck up, man.
Never
Yeah,
mind.
why is this guy so sensitive all the time?
Speaking of tagging on Instagram,
Yeah, we go.
Oh yeah, you right. Assholes came through.
oh, assholes came through last week for
Who's that
oh,
bitch that we
Shorty?
asked them to?
Oh, Ray Lynn.
yeah.
Ray Lynn.
Ray Lynn.
Did you? Is that was the same? strip
Definitely
club-
the girl.
strip
Did she
club
reach
girl,
out to
right?
you?
No, she didn't.
Okay.
Which
Did you-
confirms
Did you
it.
see her work?
She did say, "Why is everybody spamming me?"
You know why?
You know what, bitch? It was like Andrew sent us.
It is weird, right?
Have you seen her work, or she was just chilling at the strip
Yeah,
club?
it's all her work.
She was. Oh,
Then
she
we
was-
spoke, and then she hit me up on something, but it was definitely her. I remember the.
What did
the,
she hit
like,
you up on?
lopsided tattoo. I was
She's
looked
trying to
at-
fuck, or she trying to
I
get
mean,
you to
I
taste?
assume, right?
I got some great tea for you.
This is
You should try this. What is this? Tummy tea.
Oh
2
no,
weeks
she's not
and-
one of those.
She's not.
No, she's a stripper.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. You saw her work.
Yeah, that's what I thought you
That's what
meant.
I-
She's
that's
not
what I
on
meant.
Instagram.
She is stripped.
No,
Oh,
she-
okay.
She literally strips
Professional.
clothes naked.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I
yeah.
need money, so I'm gonna take
I'm a
these clothes
strip.
off.
Yeah.
What's up?
It was at. I remember the exact strip club. It was off of Hollywood and Vine.
I think I know what strip club you're talking
Yes,
about.
between Vine and whatever one is a little west. Do you know what I'm talking about?
It seems like
Did you,
a,
hey, remember when you came over to my place and we played ping pong
yes.
when I was in LA?
Yeah.
There was a strip club half a block from there.
How gay am I? That you're telling me about a strip club and your references. Remember when you came over to my place and played ping pong?
That's all I
He was like,
got
yeah, I
knows,
remember
bro. This This guy is the worst on the road, bro. I swear to God, man. I can't wait till Akaash break up with his girl. So he become fun on the road, bro.
Oh, bro.
Oh my god.
Dude, Akaash,
There
there
she
you
go
go.
again.
There we go.
Oh, man.
But yeah, but yo, she does not. She looks a lot different now in the face.
She got work done.
I don't know if it's work or makeup. I think it's just makeup. But it's makeup and like filters and shit that truly like transforms. She was always a very pretty girl.
Pretty girl.
Very pretty girl.
Great body. There they go.
There we go.
Hey, yo.
There we go.
Yo, look at dude behind us. He's like, bitch, you know you're not supposed to be here.
Yeah, look at this dude looking at the cakes. Anyway,
Looking like Godfrey doing security.
so
That's look like Godfrey.
okay, what else? What else, guys? What else shall we discuss today?
Oh man.
Tibbs. You know, we should have discussed early, actually.
What's
up?
Your little Duval interview.
Man,
Talk to us
I
about
had a
that.
great time down in the Bahamas. You guys should really listen to the.
I'm gonna actually.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I was
Brilliant
definitely
Idiots
planning
one.
on listening to it.
He is he's a fascinating dude. This Duval, man, he is a fucking fascinating dude. And I'm like, I've always recognized his talent and like going down to I went down to the Bahamas and I did an episode of Brilliant Idiots with Duval, but it's not a traditional episode. Like we're in a bunch of different areas and I just mic'd us up and we kind of like walked around and like went fucking jumping into like holes in caves with water there. Like we just went to these different parts of the Bahamas. It was sick. And he just really just opened up and he has a great grasp on happiness and like what life is about. Like he's just a fucking truly brilliant human being. Truly brilliant human being. And everything he does is so meticulously calculated. His influence on the world and the way that he operates is just genius, and he really kind of expresses that. And you guys should check it out, man. I mean, like he gets into it very quick.
I mean, he's somebody that I've always thought just had like shit figured out.
He literally
I
has life
always-
figured out.
I've always respected the I said what I said comedian.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not the, a couple years ago I said some things that may have hurt. No, like, yeah, I said what I said, and that's it. You know what I mean? And people try to, like, give him shit for it, and he doesn't back down. The motherfucker said he was going to make some songs, and he did, and the shit went #1.
Well, he's always been making songs.
He's always been making songs, but, like, he's, like, I remember him just being the fucking guy in the What's Up, What's Happening video with T.I.
Yeah.
Just jogging and shit. And, like, to see, like, I remember he said something along the lines of, when T.I. got locked up, he said something along the lines of, when my boy went in, I had to take over for him. And I'm like, take over what? What are you talking about? You're not even doing shit. And then I started putting it all together, and I was like, oh, okay. This motherfucker is like, he's like a self-curating type. Like, the way that we're kind of like trying to self-curate like our audience,
Guys,
he nailed that
he
shit
is-
years ago.
Like, first of all, he's been ahead of everybody in the game on every level of the game.
Yeah.
So the way that he does social media, the way he did like comedy skits, he was doing that before any of these Instagram comedians, any of that kind of stuff. He was doing online comedy way before him. He had an online comedy mixtape with skits. Like he was doing R.Kelly shit way before fucking Chappelle Show, all this stuff. He was doing R.Kelly stuff. So like he's just been on it. Like even the way he operates with his social medias. Snapchat is his reality show. Like his life is a reality show that he curates
Right.
on Snapchat. Instagram is like highlights and kind of moments. Like nobody flexes like him. He doesn't flex with money. He flexes like with experience.
Yeah.
But most importantly, it's like just his view on life is fascinating. Like he has this. He had a friend of his just pass away, right?
Kool-Aid.
Comedian Kool-Aid, right? And his view on life, it was so apparent through that process. Because some people look at cancer and they're like, this is this horrendous, horrible thing that just takes away fucking life and just ruins everybody's life around you, right? And his view on life was, or cancer is, we all have cancer. We're born with cancer. Some of it takes 80 years to kill us. Some of it takes 100 years to kill us, right? He goes, but when Kool-Aid got cancer, he interpreted it like a gift. He's like, that's God tapping you on the shoulder and go, hey, it's about to wrap up. Just letting you know. So get what you want out of this. And just to have that perspective, like to choose, like if life is about joy, he's seeing the joy in so many things that so many people cannot. And he's like, in my opinion, such a great role model because all these people who are outraged by everything and angry at everything and pissed off, and they spend their entire day just reading tweets and being angry. It's like, you have one fucking life, idiot. Find joy. If you're less happy than, let's say, Duval's way of thinking or my way of thinking or you guys' way of thinking, change your way of thinking. Why would you spend the majority of your life not being happy?
Right.
It was just a really fucking great thing. And Alex wasn't with me, but Alex and I, shout out to Matt. My boy Matt came out and getting down. He
How was
also,
the baby shower? Was it worth it?
It was.
Was it worth missing out on life gems in the Bahamas? Was it?
Yo, I was looking at Andrew's Instagram.
Tight. I was looking at it tight. I wasn't even supposed to go. I was like, shit, I would have tagged along. That's a quick flight. That's what, 2 hours?
No, but guys, this has been a sacred event for men for at least 8 of years. There have been 2 Olympics since it started becoming a thing men have to come to.
So my boy Matt, who shot Views from Assist in Europe with us, right? Who didn't get arrested, he came back, right? So he goes down, he flies down, right? Right? And we're on the flight down. I'm like, yo, man, thank you so much for stepping up last minute and doing this. You know what I mean? And he's like, yeah, man, I just had to arrange a couple things. You know, like one of my kids lives in California. He was here visiting, so I had to leave a day early. But you know, it's all good.
Wow.
And I was like,
sacrifice.
wow, this dude
Sacrifice
wants
right
it,
there,
bro.
bro.
Bad father to me.
This dude wants it. You know what I mean?
Oh, God.
At least he is a father.
Uncle of the year over here. Anyway, so yo, man, it was great. Go check it out, man. We're gonna put it up on the YouTube. And this was a crazy week, man. I actually had a fucking pretty crazy week.
Yeah.
I posted this clip of that school shooting joke that I had back in the day,
Yeah.
and we had transcribed it and I put it up. And I basically did it in response to all the Louis C.K. hate. These people are like, you can't make jokes about school shootings. And I was like, there's funny jokes and unfunny jokes. Here's a funny joke about school shootings. And Joe Rogan retweets it. And the power of Joe Rogan is apparent because that shit went crazy, bro. We got like over 200,000 views of that on Twitter. Just Twitter.
Wow.
Twitter. Like, what the fuck? So that shit goes crazy, right?
Did he quote tweet or retweet?
Just does a retweet, right? But people kept commenting me back with Joe, and I was like, oh, dude, shit, did he retweet? That's crazy.
He's going to see more videos.
Reply all. That's what.
It's only a matter of time before you're on that podcast.
If it happens, it happens. You know what I mean? I think I'm going to let the powers that be make that happen. Like, I believe it will happen organically. You know what I mean? But I also feel like the influence of that podcast, I feel like and I think this is evident of the retweet, like his fan base would really fuck with me and what we're doing over here.
Yeah.
They just don't know about us entirely. I know there's crossover from the Asshole Army and the Rogan podcast, but once they know about what we're doing on over here, I think is going to be some major things happening for all of us. But yeah, so I'm in the Bahamas and that shit's rolling, and I'm like, should I drop the trailer for the special? Because I was going to drop it Sunday.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck it. Shit is popping over here on my Twitter and Instagram. Like, let's go. So I dropped it. That shit gets 200,000 views between Twitter and Instagram. That shit was crazy. We dropped the official trailer on the YouTube today on the YouTube, and then we're recording this Sunday night, by the way, everybody. And so I'm just stoked, man. Tomorrow the
folks in the Discord was
they were
hyped.
They were hyped about
It
it.
was hot, man.
I
It was
hopped
hot.
on the Discord this week. Shout out! I forgot to.
Oh yeah, I heard Kaz is all up in the Discord.
Shout out. Yeah,
Word.
I'm not gonna say my name on it, but if you know, you know. So I'm talking some shit on there.
Got him.
But God, what the fuck is the guy's name? I don't want to fucking forget. Whatever. I'll put it in the thank yous or whatever. Oh, Basha Basharnavaz? I don't know. He's the guy who created the Discord and for everybody on there.
Right.
And it's really dope. If you haven't gotten to it, man, it's in the fucking link in the Patreon account. So go check that shit out and hop in, and it's like live conversation like throughout the fucking day, like all the time. These motherfuckers are alive.
Absolutely.
Non-stop. It's crazy.
So no, I got to get up on there. I've been mostly on the Flagrant 2 Patreon page, but still, it was just cool to see it happen. And then Alex and I finished editing the first episode of Inside Jokes, which drops tomorrow at 2 p.m. on the YouTube. And what we did is Akaash is on it. There's a couple other comics on it as well. Ronnie Chang from The Daily Show, and then Mike Feeney. But what we did was we just used the piece of the bit about my argument for female circumcision,
Right.
why it's like
Yeah.
feminist,
Right.
right? I don't want to give away too much for it, but
Right.
like I think y'all will go check it out. Y'all fuck with it. But there's a hilarious moment where fucking Mike Feeney is one of the comics, right? I'll just give you guys this. So I'm making an argument for female circumcision and why it's like it's actually guys are doing it to make the woman feel good,
Yeah.
right? And I'm like, so they could easily more access the vagina
Yes.
and like blah, 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 blah. And then Mike Feeney goes, he's comic dead seriously goes, wait, they're doing that like so the woman feels good? and then he goes, I thought it was like a punishment, like if you stole an apple or something.
What was it, the 1800s?
You stole an apple or something, bro. We watched that clip like 1,000 fucking times. And it's just moving. But anyway, yeah, I'm excited. I'm just excited for this week of things that we're laying out, and over there at the YouTube, man, and just everything going on. I'm excited. Very, very, very excited. Yeah.
Shout out to Tom Thibodeau.
Oh,
Out of
shit.
a job.
Tom got knocked, finally.
After punching the Lakers by 20-something points, he got fired right
Wait,
after.
they beat the Lakers.
They beat the Lakers by 20-plus points.
What's the reasoning for firing him?
I don't know.
Because he tears your fucking ACL, guaranteed. He never got along with the general manager.
But then-
no, the owners.
I don't understand why they let him hang around for that long. After that Jimmy Butler trade, he should have been out.
So do you think that they're going
Robert-
to try to lose?
They said Thibodeau has no reason of why, but Layden's gonna be remaining in place for him for now.
Scott Layden, former Knicks GM Scott Layden.
Uh-oh.
Oh, gosh.
Good
That
luck, guys.
motherfucker. Yeah, enjoy that shit, Minnesota.
But apparently Thibodeau's just a
Oh,
sociopath.
poor Minnesota. You got the fucking Vikings who never win, constantly lose in the most heartbreaking fashion ever. You got the Wolves who are just never going to be good. And then you got fucking Minnesota.
Minnesota Twins.
The weather. Who gives a fuck about the Twins? I'm talking about sports right now, not baseball. But then you got to deal with fucking 80 degrees below zero wind chill and all that stuff.
Goddamn.
Horrendous, dog.
Yeah.
At least I got Prince. You had Prince.
I was so shocked that he was from there, dude. I could not believe it.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Yeah.
You been to Minnesota before? You've been to
Yeah.
Minnesota before.
Several times. And I
Yeah.
went to the club
Yeah.
where Purple Rain was filmed.
How was it? I was supposed to go.
I just went
didn't end up
outside. And G-Eazy was performing there, and people literally thought I was checking in for, like, sound check or whatever the fuck it was.
They just let you right in.
Yeah, I just walked right in front of the line.
Clearly you're
cut
supposed to
that
be
shit.
here.
Yeah. No, dude, it was too cold. I took an Uber to, like, the sites, and I made the Uber just wait outside, and I just took pics.
Damn.
And then left.
Yo, I wanted to talk about a team that probably gets no love, the Brooklyn Nets.
Dude, when Carl Lentz, you weren't here, but when Carl Lentz was on the podcast, his
Yeah.
college roommate is the, I think, GM of the...
Really?
Yeah, what's his name?
I don't remember.
Anyway, he's like, he said it. He was like, dude, they're in amazing position from where they were.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
I
were-
mean, they've rebuilt to something from just ashes.
And now they're in fucking playoff potential
They're
situations.
seventh right now.
Yeah, seventh
Like-
right now. And that looks like a hard 7 too. That's a pretty hard gap
I
between.
mean, they're
9th
tied for seventh,
Yeah,
right?
they're
No, I
game-
mean as far as like the 9th, like that's 17 low.
No, there's a game separating them, but I mean, whatever. They're in the talk. They could potentially be in the playoffs, and they gave away everything and got nothing.
But they
Yeah,
have
there's a-
picks. They're actually
They got
set up for
picks
Now,
the future.
now they
Yeah.
are. Yeah.
D'Angelo Russell's a good
okay.
player with a good contract. Jared Allen, who's
Dude.
become like the new fucking Mutombo.
Crazy.
Just blocking people, like not just
Crazy.
people at the rim, like LeBron, Kawhi, Giannis, like Blake Griffin.
Blake, yeah.
Like superstars at the rim. You got fucking Spencer Dinwiddie. If dude that didn't get hurt that broke his leg earlier this year, I forgot his name. Not Caris LeVert.
Levert.
If
Yeah,
Caris
yeah,
LeVert wasn't injured,
yeah.
dog, that Nets team is, man.
Yeah, right.
That's the one thing that scares me about my tank for Zion campaign, bro.
Which is?
Well, not the tank for Zion, but that's the one thing that scares me about the Knicks free agency as far as like KD and Kyrie. I think
Oh, you think
Teams
they
could
could
just go to
potentially
Brooklyn.
go to Brooklyn?
I think teams will go to
Ooh.
Brooklyn, man.
I mean, I can't fathom.
I don't know, man. Like
I can't fathom.
Brooklyn looks attractive.
I cannot fathom. And I want KD. I know this is sad to say, but like, I don't want Kyrie. I can't
Really?
believe it. I don't want. I think he's so fun to watch, and I literally wish that his game was my game. But I don't think he helps you win as much as people assume.
No, I honestly think it's a Brad Stevens thing.
What do you mean? Like he's not giving him the rock enough?
No, I just don't think Brad Stevens, like we've said it before, I don't think Brad Stevens is a good superstar coach. You know
Sure,
what I
but
mean?
he's a
Like,
great point guard coach. Look what he did with Isaiah Thomas. It's like, why can you not get Kyrie?
Also, Kyrie never won without LeBron.
it's very
Exactly.
true.
That's my thing.
Very true.
I think he's a great number 2. He just thinks he's a number 1. If he would accept being Pippen, if he would accept being Joe Dumars, if he would accept being
Oh, he's not gonna have a choice in about a year. Jason Tatum is gonna be undoubtedly that guy.
Yeah, it's creeping.
He's undoubtedly
It's
gonna be that
creeping.
guy. In like
and
a
he
year.
probably want to get out of there.
There's
for
certain
that.
nights that he is that guy.
Already.
Is Hayward looking any better yet?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes,
He
he's
put up a
looked good.
donut and then he put up a 35-point game after that, and like he caught a couple dunks, but he's okay. But he's not playing as dog shit as he was playing in the beginning of
Right.
the season. It was bad.
It might take a full year.
Yeah.
Absolutely, dude. He fucked his shit
I
up.
mean, look at Paul George, dude. Like,
he
Paul
hooping.
George-
Yeah.
he's hooping.
So theoretically,
It's,
if you
it's
break
Paul
a
George's
bone,
team now.
Yeah.
if you break a bone, it's supposed to come back stronger.
That's what they say.
I don't want to find out.
Yeah, ligaments not, but yeah.
Have you guys broken anything?
I broke a finger. That's
Collarbone.
about it.
You broke your collarbone?
Yeah, I was a kid though.
How?
I don't even know. I was like, literally, I was wrestling with my brother. That's what it was.
So your brother broke your collarbone?
Yeah.
Damn, bro.
Was it wrestling or some shit?
Yeah, he's 6 years older than me. I was in kindergarten, so I got
He
fucking.
just fucking body slammed
Yeah, he
you?
got
Good
body.
old wrestling.
My brother used to
Injuring
choke
children
slam
for
us.
the
My
past
brother,
100
you know
years.
what? WWE caused me a lot of pain. My brother used to power bomb me.
Hell yeah.
He fucked me up.
Oh, dude, we did that to each other.
Listen, did you have a childhood if you didn't like try out wrestling moves
Dude,
on
you
your
go to
brothers?
your parents' bed,
Absolutely.
go to your parents' big
My
ass
brother
bed, and you
choke
fucking
slammed me on
suplex.
some
Put him in
pillows
the
on the
figure
floor.
4 leg
but
lock.
Do you ever? My brother choke slammed me. There was some pillows laid on the floor, but he missed the pillows. Bro, you talk about pain you did not expect.
Good God Almighty.
There were no words. It was one of those no words and then just.
Crunch. Oh man! Shout out to Paul George, bro. Paul
What?
George's been kicking ass, man.
He really has, man.
Yeah.
People
like,
talking about him for MVP.
bro, he's high key been the best player on that Thunder team. Like Russell Westbrook, I didn't think it was possible for it, but he's kind of taking a back seat,
Yo,
Like-
sometimes you gotta take a back seat. That's what it is. What it is.
Is-
like his former teammate.
Do we believe in the Rockets yet?
Um,
Without the ski mask.
do I believe in the Rockets? I believe in James Harden.
Do you?
Yes, I'm a believer. I can't call his game cute no more. Like that motherfucker. Did you see the Warriors game last week?
Nah, I did
Dude,
not.
game of the year.
I don't know what it is.
Game of the fucking year, bro. Did you
Was
see
that
it?
the game that Steph got called for the travel?
No,
No,
that
no,
was
no,
after
no,
that.
no,
That was pretty funny.
That was different.
But fucking
Apparently, the Rockets kind of got hosed by some calls against the Warriors in that game and still won.
yeah, KD saved the Rock clearly out of bounds. Like
It was
his
absurd.
whole fucking body
Yeah.
was out of bounds.
I didn't
He saves the
understand,
ball, tips to Klay Thompson to Steph Curry. Steph Curry gets a wide open jump shot. They go up by 2 points. All right. James Harden comes down, ties it up. They get the ball back. He fucking gets fouled. They didn't call it. Hits a fucking falling step back 3 over the 2 best defenders, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green. Nails it. Talks wild shit to Draymond. Calls him a motherfucker right in front of the TNT cameras. It was the best fucking whoever. Give those motherfuckers an Emmy for being right there at that exact moment as soon as he got up and called Draymond Green a motherfucker. And I think it was like, what was it, 45 point or 50 something point triple double again? I don't know if he got a triple double, but my God, James Harden's on some Kobe shit right now as far as how many points he's putting up.
How long does this
God
last?
damn.
Does this last all season?
I don't know.
It can't last all season.
He sucks.
They can't. He sucks.
He just sucks.
You are a hater, bro.
Soft ass game. I
You
hate
are
his like,
a hater,
playing for
bro.
fouls. It's just like it goes against everything that I grew up playing basketball with. Like we grew up playing and one. We didn't go like throw your arms in front. And then first of all, when you said and one, you didn't even get the bucket if you
You
call
have to call foul.
Even and if you call foul, you don't get the bucket.
There's no such thing as
It was
and
one or
in
the
the
other.
streets. Yeah,
Yeah,
It's like,
exactly.
No, you called foul, bro. If the
Perfect
ball goes in,
vernacular.
it's like, no, you called
Yeah,
foul.
yeah, and call it early, don't call it late.
Yeah.
So it's like he just does everything he stands for offensively. I respect how skilled he is, and I respect the intellect that it takes to like hack the game because he's
Yeah.
hacked the game.
Yeah, that's what it
This is
feels like.
And that's what we're supposed to do, right? To take things to another level. You're supposed to hack it. You're supposed to, like if you're an inmate, you got to figure out how to send messages to the other inmates, and then the corrections officers figure out how to stop you. I get it, but it just sucks. It's like I feel like I'm not even watching basketball. I love that last shot. I love the fact it was in front of Draymond.
When he goes nuts, and I agree with you 100%, man. Like,
and when he's going nuts, what is he really doing? He's
those step backs.
He's on his little tippy toes like a ballerina. He takes his little step back. He pulls it. He leaves it. Get out of here. Just get out of here. Like even Steph's game I've called soft. So I'm keeping it consistent. I'm not gonna say Steph's game is not soft. And what? I've called Steph game soft on this very podcast.
But it's not aesthetically pleasing? You don't like to watch Steph play?
It's just soft.
Okay.
But I don't think Steph is playing for the fouls. I think Steph is playing to get the tiniest separation so he could knock down a three in your mouth.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Harden is playing for fouls. Even when he pulls up, he's playing for fouls. When he lands, he's falling on the ground. When he follows through, he's kicking his legs. The whole thing is about getting fouled. And it just sucks. It's like fouls are there. Fouls shouldn't even be part of the game, right? They're there to stop cheaters. You're essentially using fouls to cheat.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like when basketball first started, there was no such thing as a foul, and then people kept punching somebody when they shot. So they're like, okay, that's not allowed. You're not allowed to do that.
I hear you. I was watching a game on like Hardwood Classics on NBA TV the other day.
Yeah.
I think it was the finals. It was Lakers Celtics, and the final score for Lakers Celtics in the finals.
Yeah.
With the Kobe Bryant and the big three on the Celtics, I think the final score was like 82 to like 79 and shit.
Yeah.
Fuck that shit. Like, I like offense, bro.
But are they the only team that produces offense?
No.
Like KD scores
Every
without
team.
that foul shit.
Every team.
Every team can produce, right?
Yeah.
Every team, the Knicks can score over 100 points, right? And they're not just trying to get fucking fouled. Like, there's a decision that he's making.
And it's choppy and it slows down the game and it's like
it's soft. Why are your legs always spread open? Keep your fucking legs closed, bro. I'm watching a basketball game, okay? Not a fucking symphony. Keep your fucking legs closed. You got these short ass shorts. Every shot, you're ending it in like Jordan pose with your legs wide open. I don't need to see it. I don't need to see it, bro. It makes no sense.
I root for him against the Warriors.
The
I
free
do.
throw shit is
But just fucking
Basketball is the only sport where you can have your wrist broken in front of you and be talking shit to somebody. Like this pose, this like look at my engagement ring. Fuck you, motherfucker. Suck my dick, play some defense. Ow.
Yes.
Yes. I got a 3 and 1, bitch.
Oh man.
Yes, bitch.
Yeah. Imagine that dude, the guy was so straight he didn't even follow through on his jumper. He's like, nah, I shoot that shit like that, bro. I'll shoot like that? Nah, bro.
Y'all follow through? Nigga, that's gay.
Come on, that's gay. You following through on your jumper, bro? Nah.
That's probably why Sean Marion
I'll be shooting like a chest pass. Like, what's up? Like,
Yeah, Sean Marion was just mad homophobic.
threw that shit like, fuck out of here. I don't even hold balls. Fuck out of here, yo. I look crazy, bro. Yeah. Come on.
Oh, man. I do think that game did steal the MVP race from Giannis, though.
The MVP not gonna be decided till March. I'm telling you.
Yo,
Of
how?
course.
First of all, Giannis
But
is incredibly impressive.
I do believe every MVP like has that fucking signature moment in game where you're like, okay, that motherfucker's the MVP.
Sure.
I honestly don't think it comes until after the All-Star break.
I
Oh, yeah,
side with you on
absolutely.
that.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
Giannis is interesting, but it's just so sad that he's become a worse shooter. Like he's so unstoppable
bad.
on the fast break. He's unstoppable going to the basket. I love his little Euro step and what he's able to do. But
Big Euro stuff.
yeah, he's big Euro. So you're right. But the guy his shot has gotten worse. It's regressed.
Yeah. I mean, I think in most cases, you see a player like Giannis and like the player development coach is like, all right, we got to round out his game, yada, yada, yada. And what I think Giannis did was just like, I'm just going to take what I'm already good at and be gooder. Like, fuck all that expanding my game and range and shit. Like, I could get to the rim and dunk every time. I'm going to get to the rim and dunk every time or kick it out to some shooters. Like, nobody could stop me. I'm too long. You're going to either foul me or I'm just going to get here unimpeded to the rim and dunk on you, or someone's going to get a wide open three. Fuck all that. Fuck all that step back threes and fadeaways. It's not needed for him.
He's skinny Shaq, dog.
He's skinny Shaq. He's absolutely skinny Shaq.
Yeah,
He's
he is.
svelte
I'm just
Shaq.
dunking.
I'm just fucking dunking. I don't know.
He's mad homophobic.
He's
It's
fun to watch.
Dunks. That's it. I'm dunking on you.
I'm putting it in the hole. That's it.
That's the most homophobic basketball player right there.
Dude, that is really funny. The idea. He chucks the ball off your chest. Dude, it's really good.
Shooting free throws, like,
Yeah, you
bouncing the
guys-
ball, like
Yeah.
roll it.
I just punched the ball. Like that.
Fuck all that shit.
Fuck out of here, yo. All right. Is there anything else we?
Yeah, Jimmy Butler.
Oh yeah, Jimmy Butler's in trouble in Philadelphia.
Yo, is Jimmy Butler Jennifer Lopez?
What do you mean?
You just keep having all these ugly ass breakups, and at a certain point, it's like,
Maybe
bitch, it's you.
Yeah.
Bitch, it's you, bitch.
It's like Ariana Grande.
How many good teams you gonna run? Yo, that bitch about to have
Like, yo,
bodies.
maybe it's you, girl.
Yep, real talk. Thank
like,
you. Next. No, bitch.
Oh, no next. Stay by yourself for a little
How
while.
many people you gonna kill?
It's like,
She really goes after vulnerable ass dudes and is like, "Oh, I'll get you there."
it's like Jimmy Butler. He goes after vulnerable teams
Yo.
with young stars.
Dude,
It's like-
Jimmy Butler is Ariana Grande, bro.
That's so funny.
Jimmy Butler's the Ariana Grande of basketball. Goes
Absolutely.
after vulnerable teams, destroys them, leaves them a shell of
and it makes it
themselves,
look like it's their fault.
and it's like, yes.
And they victim blames. He's like, oh, this team the coach isn't strategizing enough. It's their fault. Bitch, you just got here. You just got here.
Just
How
got
many
here.
championships have you won? You haven't won. How about you shut the fuck up and listen to the coach?
Wow. Yeah, yelling at Brett Brown.
For what? Oh, that motherfucker's taken all the losing. He's done with all of the process and got them to where they are now, to where they are an attractive
Do you think he's a
team
good coach?
For you to, I think he's a good coach.
I'm not. I
coach.
defer to y'all on a lot of basketball, but I do know he got thoroughly outcoached against the Celtics in the playoffs last year.
Well,
I mean,
Brad Stevens thoroughly
that
outcoached a lot
dork
of
is
people.
gonna figure out. That fucking
Is
nerd.
that your problem with Brad Stevens?
Yeah, he's a fucking dork, bro. I'm sorry. I got a little aggravated, but he's a fucking nerd, that guy. Don't you see him? Like
That's
he's
the
like,
root of it.
Time out. Here's our plan.
I knew that's what it was.
Hold on.
I knew that's what it was.
I've calculated the exact diameter of the wingspan of Giannis, and the best way that we can score against him. Hold on one second. The best way that we can possibly score, we just set this pick right here on the baseline. And Kyrie, if you run around them and just give it to the Dominican, and he'll hit a what is his name? Doesn't matter really. And then he'll just hit a nice corner three. Okay,
Yeah, you can't have a basketball coach look like Mr. Bean. That shit don't
bro.
work. That shit don't work.
Exactly. He's Mr. Bean without the expressions. He's like just the worst part of Mr. Bean, right? At least Mr.
Oh,
Bean,
man.
like Mr. Bean, let you know how he was feeling in that moment, right? Brad Stevens, he's got the personality of fucking nothing.
Oh man.
Fuck Brad
Oh,
Stevens.
man.
Son, Ariana Grande stole my fucking funny in that last one right there.
Bro,
Yeah.
Look at that guy.
that's fucking.
He's probably cool as shit. I'm just giving him a hard time.
Nah,
look
nah,
at that
yeah, like, you had to pull it right back in.
I got a great app idea. I got a great app idea. Everybody
Hold
can
on, go
try
to the
out.
smiling picture. Oh boy.
God damn.
Wow.
One of my coworkers look just like Brad Stevens.
That's insulting.
It is. It was meant to be.
That motherfucker loves plays. You know, he's just drawing up plays all fucking day, right? You know, that's what he's doing. He's got napkins and pens.
That's a great photo.
That's the most emotion he's ever had. And that's when he, like, lost a play that he had written earlier.
That's when he was coaching Butler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, he still got that wedding ring on, or my man is divorced now?
Trust me, you don't go to Boston and divorce your wife. Okay? If there's one
stay
city
right here.
that will stay, you can consistently have a marriage go through your increase in fame. It's definitely Boston.
That's so funny.
Wow.
I bet
Oh,
he has
is that him
one
with some
white hair.
facial
Yeah.
hair?
Yo, my man's beard mustache look like
shit.
yours,
Oh, you see
dog.
the
He
connect?
got that
Andrew
Andrew
Jones.
Jones.
Come on, son. Come on, son.
Brad
got
Stevens
the
got that
Andrew
Andrew
beard.
Come on,
Schulz,
son. I got
dog.
more facial hair
Nah,
than him,
that's
son.
you,
That's
bro.
disrespectful.
Yo, put a
son.
side by side
That
up of
motherfucker
them.
look like he's
Oh,
13,
shit.
bro. Stop playing.
Oh, so he was also trying to cover up a hurt.
Probably was, son.
Yo, at some point, we need to get side by side of them edited, ready to go with the mustache. Find that, but yo, shit, dog. It's like you have a dorky little
Wait a
brother.
minute.
Nah, son. Stop
Wait
playing,
a
stop
minute.
playing. Why am I next to Z's in that picture?
They thought that was me?
That's they definitely
hilarious.
thought that was you.
No,
You're not
somebody-
gonna find any pictures of me with facial
gotta
hair.
go to the
I just
gram,
started
bro.
growing it. I just started growing it.
Yeah, I go to the
That's
gram.
barely it, and I'm handsome. Shit, I'm handsome.
Yo, y'all look
y'all
hella
look
similar,
alike.
dog.
man, get out of here, yo.
That's why he doesn't like him.
Holy
That's
shit.
why he
Wait a
doesn't
minute.
like him.
Brad Stevens almost got waves in this picture.
Bro,
He definitely wore a do-rag to sleep.
hold on. Who's that motherfucker?
Oh, damn. Why they
That
cut
ain't
you
me.
out, bro?
Yo, Joe Budden cut you out that
Oh,
picture.
man.
Bro, you look.
Yes, I don't know.
Fuck you
Who's
guys.
that?
Tariq
Nah, we're not even
Nasheed.
gonna say the name.
Yeah, please. God damn.
Okay. Yeah, whatever. It's not gonna.
Anyway, yeah, Jimmy Butler, he's definitely the. Who's that?
That's just me and Pete. Don't worry about that.
Hey. Hey. See you, boy. Should Getty images on.
Yo, man, I look mad young with that haircut. I need to
Yo,
bring
you
back
look like
my
a
old
fucking
hair.
dork in that picture, though, for real.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, you don't look
So we
young
just
at
gonna
all.
look at pictures of me? Is that
Yeah, is this what we're doing?
Killer.
Guys, come on, man.
Do we got anything else tonight?
That's it, man. All right, let's
God
wrap it
damn.
up, man. Thank y'all so much for listening to the podcast. You know how it is. You see us, the squad, over on the Patreon this Friday. We're dropping, so we'll see y'all over there. We've been getting it a little bit loose over there, but yeah, it's been.
Yo,
very,
hope y'all like the long
entertaining.
episodes, man. We've been doing like 2.5, 3-hour episodes on that Patreon.
It was last week's was fucking wild, but that shit
Yeah.
was a lot of fun, man.
Good, man. It's
Anyway,
It's
good.
needed.
So we will see y'all Friday, and for those of you who have not subscribed yet, we'll see you next Tuesday, man. Keep it tight. This has been Flagrant. Peace.